Hi guys, Rando Gamer here with the next session of the Rise of Vecna. This is session 4 and is almost exclusively RP, involving the party exploring the new keep. Basically, kind of getting settling in, finding their own spaces in here, and then also doing a little bit of downtime. So each party member has a little bit of downtime. We ended up running a little long, so there's a couple members that get picked up in the next session. Uh, Raven wasn't in the session, so she gets picked up in the next session. And then Yezreel also cleans up in the next session, and then there's a little bit remaining for Dahlia, Gore, and Aslan as their chauffeur, which will all be in the next session. Overall, a very, very insightful session on the keep itself. Kind of getting a vibe for it, and they find some really concerning things down in the basement, which becomes a new sort of tool for them learning about the world around them. So, if you like the session, make sure to hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all my latest content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Every little bit of support helps, and I appreciate all you guys. But without further ado, here is session 4 of The Rise of Vecna.
I could
Well,
just
at
run
least
it
we
if
have.
you want.
At least we have done.
If you wouldn't mind while I try to pull those up, and I'll fill in the gaps.
Okay, so we started out in the port city there. I am blanking on the name of it at the moment, but it was kind of our last little bit of getting things together before we went out to our new keep. Aslan had mentioned that he was interested in going back to his tribe, specifically wanting to potentially bring one of the cooks from that tribe out to our keep at some point.
No, it was a druid, but
A
yes.
druid. Okay. Gladdek sent a letter to the Dwarven Kingdom to try and figure out what the progress of the coronation of Dalar is as far as timeline. Adrona spent some time interacting with the kids of the city, kind of getting to see a little bit more of her personality set than what we'd seen before. Cain sent a letter home to his family with 2,000 gold, basically trying to help out his family.
Dude, witches, I'm not trying to like flirt my own horn there, but that's a lot of gold, everybody.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to be done with that?
Cain also upgraded his superhero costume.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
And then you had went back to the bars to hear the city's interpretation of what happened in Ravana, where he kind of realized that they don't actually know anything that went down and only the propaganda that the royalty has sent out. Dahlia had spent some time with Gore, who was healing well after the events at sea. Dahlia was having a feeling that she might not be the right person to help train others anymore, and that was kind of part of the conversation with Gore, trying to figure out her way forward. One of the more surprising events was Yezreel going down into the city's underbelly to meet with Elkona and Sohoth.
Had the most roguish thing ever.
He arrived in the atrium in the heart of the sewer system. The current leader of this Assassin's Guild or Rogue Guild,
Tarish Gorbeck.
Yes. He basically met Yezreel first, and we found out that he was leading Yezreel's hometown, implies that he needs to meet with the councilman sooner than later. Yezreel then trades some information with Tarish to find out about the councilman, including what mana is and that Yezreel is one of the mana weavers as well. During this whole interaction, it came to light that Yezreel had been removed from the guild and is told that he should not attempt to create his own rival guild with the survivors from Ravana. He is told that him and his rogues will be left alone on the condition that he helps put/keep Dalar on the throne. Raven heads to the library to learn how the Feywild plane was formed as well as mana. She learns that the plane was likely formed from a clash between gods and was banned, uh, and has banned industrial progression, allowing it to remain natural and magical. She then heads to to get some spell information on illusionary spells, allowing her to pick up an incredibly rare one, the Simulacrum. Part of her deal.
Simulacrum.
Perfect. Part of her deal of the spell is collecting herbs and a flawless ruby. Following this, the party meets up to discuss how long they take a break, ultimately deciding approximately 6 weeks. Gladdek tells Jezreel that there is a little to no worry about a different king being put on the throne until Vecna is dealt with, because he has no intention of impeding Dahlia's ascension. And basically says that the Thieves Guild is doing exactly what the king is doing and is meddling in politics. But at least the guild is being upfront about meddling with another nation's politics instead of how the king is approaching it. And our session ended with us arriving at our new keep.
I know my new suit was predominantly red, but man, I am blanking, and
I didn't write. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't write down notes of what it looked like. I just wrote that you gotta do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Wait,
have to
wasn't it-
rewatch the stream.
Wasn't it the? Didn't we say that you looked a lot like that guy from what's that fighting game? Street Fighter.
Yes, you looked like the Nazi general looking guy from Street Fighter that wears all
Oh.
red.
M. Bison.
Yeah,
Bison,
and
yeah, there
you
it
look like
was.
The
Bison.
Bison.
Also,
well, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna have to go rewatch that.
Also, there was Aslan setting up his whole kitchen, as well as the party kind of creating the sign where the name of the keep will be put.
Yeah, Tar was talking about making the sign.
Yeah, Aslan casted mold earth and made like a stone plaque where your metalwork would go.
And what was the name that we came up? It was
Ashwing Keep.
Ashwing keep.
That's good,
Ashwing
yeah.
Keep. Yeah. Ooh, that's
Now
a
we just need a
solid
pet
keep name.
phoenix.
Oh my
We'll
god.
find one. We'll find one.
Okay. So, as the Phoenix Force is coming up the windy path up this up to their new keep, is it Ashwing Keep, right?
Yes.
Ashwing keep.
Goes up to their newly found Ashwing Keep, which is set upon like a plateau on red rock. There's a windy road that leads up to it being the only way of entry and exit out of this zone. Now, once we step foot through the gates, it opens up to a very large courtyard that it seems like at one point was home to some training grounds of sorts. Maybe that this was a war garrison of some kind before you owned it. You have members of the Order of Cloth, which is like a elite group of more or less maids and butlers that have been specifically trained with like housekeeping to a royal decree. And you've been given your own subsection of the Order of Cloth, and they are at your disposal.
Wow.
To the right of the courtyard has a pretty open and large area for a forge. You have like some apprentice blacksmiths that accompanied you on your journey, and some that are going to be coming still, but they have begun setting up shop and putting together like a semblance of just a starter forge that could be built upon. Now, as we look northwards, we have the largest tower. It is, I don't remember the exact dimensions I gave, but I think it's about 100-foot radius, and it's a good 70, 80 feet tall. Pretty large tower. And there is about 6 levels. So you've got about 15-foot tall ceilings approximately, and it's empty for the most part.
So we're talking like 5,000 square feet or some shit like that.
I mean, bigger than that, right? The tower itself is massive, right? You once you get up to about the second or third floor, you can access your fort's walls that kind of wrap around the entire structure. That's how you access the upper part of those. Where every single part of the wall turns, there's a smaller tower that's more like a turret of sorts, not like a turret as in a weapon, but like a little outcropping for archers or for scouts to look out from.
Nice.
So in total, there's about 7 of those at each of the points where the wall turns. And you can begin to access some other subsections of this larger building as more structures to the left and right branch off of it. And this is typically where all the rooms are set. But as far as how the actual structure looks and how it's designed is completely up to you guys. Right. This is going to take some time to do some decoration. I know that furniture has been purchased that has been specifically designed for each person's tastes and whatnot. But as far as how the actual structure is themed around, that's going to be up to the Phoenix Force. But we'll start off with everybody walking in and starting to get settled as we take our first steps into Ashwing Keep.
Well, at first, just a quick clarification. Did you mention that there were guards?
I believe I said that there were some that were
No, just a second ago. Like something about.
Oh,
Our
no.
staffing. It's our staffing.
Okay.
As far as actual defensive troops, there's not much. I believe that there's a small.
We're the defense.
That's what I'm.
I think
That's
there's
what
a
Tar's gonna work
small
on.
militia that's going to be sent over just from Aralas, but they're temporary until you get your hold. But I don't believe that they've arrived yet.
Cain sort of is very much impressed with the size. It's a much bigger of a tower than what he was initially expecting. Especially being on the top of this plateau, it seems to be a pretty good landmark, you know. But after having the conversations with the group, especially Gladdek and his take on all this flattery, if you want to call it that, from the royalty, it's going to be kind of I guess a bittersweet. I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to allow myself to accept as a gift. But yeah, I'll just kind of keep charging forward.
What about the rest of you?
Tar is, has her holding each of her kids' hands. She has them wrapped in a very thick, blanket. And she's just kind of looking at the area where she's going to set up her tower and would be the best place for it.
So, because the Ashwing Keep is on a plateau, there's not a whole lot of room. So you could either have some architects design, or have you help design one of those turret towers off the wall and just modify it to be bigger.
Or even one of those things where you design a whole wing that branches off of one of the sides of the tower. You know what I mean? What kind of Castlevania almost? You know what I mean?
That's kind of what your main tower is. It has 2 of those, 2 other buildings more or less that are branched off of the tallest tower for your rooms. You could do a similar thing with yours, but if you require more space, you may have to go off to another plateau, maybe a mile or so away.
Well, I still have my instant fortress.
That's true.
Wait, didn't you throw that off the cliff?
Oh wait, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Duh. That's right.
Hmm.
How big was it again that you were saying? What you just described?
Like the
Like-
tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like if you wanted like I guess before I answer that, how big of a tower are you wanting to build? Because that's gonna determine a lot.
He's
here.
just looking to make a ceremonial blacksmithing spot with like 3 bedrooms for her and her 2 kids.
I
That's really all she's looking at.
There is
That to
plenty
fit in
of
the
room.
courtyard, right?
Yeah, there's plenty of room in the courtyard to where you could have that adjacent to the smithy, and
Okay, then-
that wouldn't take up too much room.
Then she's
Nice.
gonna be like, she's gonna kind of walk away from the group while she's like signing to the kids, kind of telling them her ideas and what they think, right? Just trying to make them feel involved. As she's gonna grab an arrow and start like kind of making like on the ground where she would like it.
Making
for the-
property lines.
Basically, yeah, like she's just cutting into it, you know, while she's talking to the kids.
Smilla, is that how you pronounce it?
Was it smell? Let me see. I think I had the. Did I send them to you?
Yes. Is Smilla is the youngest one.
Kid.
Smila.
I hope it's not
Smila.
Smella.
Yeah, Smila is understanding what you're saying and is definitely like more interested in at least trying to have conversation. Is trying to mimic some of your hand signs, but is struggling. But
Oh, because they gotta learn.
I mean, 'cause
Well-
they can hear you. Like
Yeah, she can hear them, and she's talking to them in their heads, right? So, you know, she said that she'll teach them, but she appreciates the effort.
Right. No, but Smila is let me just make sure I'm describing this right. Okay, yeah. Smila is like very outgoing and like seems super stoked that like they get to explore a fucking castle, and like she just like is laughing around trying to perform hand signs and is trying to keep manners in check as Heron is trying to get her to calm down, but they seem to be having a pretty good time and are excited to be following you around.
Heron's the older brother, right?
Yes. Right? At least. Yes. Yes. By like 4 years.
Smila is 8 and Heron is 12.
About to make a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood thing going on here.
Aslan, picking up on her excitement, says "fuck decorum and manners," and will pick her up on his shoulders, and just say, "Come on, we got cooking to do."
She kind of looks at you nervously and then like looks at your trunk and goes wide-eyed and just starts lifting your trunk up and down, and then like holds it over her shoulder and like pretends it's her trunk.
Oh, so cute.
Aslan will clap his hands for the 10 kitchen servants. "We have a feast to prepare."
They all come up to you in a very silently and suddenly, and all just respond with a nod. There is no kitchen currently set up, but all of your all of the wares that you have bought will be arriving within the next month. But there are like temporary provisions in place. Like there's
Yeah, he'll make a hero's feast if he can.
yeah, absolutely. There's a large like sandstone furnace, like more or less a pizza oven that's been placed in that they use for making dry breads and like sourdough. But other than that, any other cooking stations are just like little like offshoots from that main oven.
Gotcha. Yeah, he'll do his best to make provision, like some meals off of that, and for the fill in the gaps, he's going to actually cast Hero's Feast to fill in the rest.
1000%. I'd like to give you some creative liberty on how like the meal you prepare and like how that all goes about. But as we're
Okay.
working with Smila and Heron, with their with Tar's intention of training them, they're going to be more absorbent to learning new skills. So the more you cook with them, the more you fight with them, the more you craft with them, the eventually they're going to start gaining proficiency.
Nice.
But cool, yeah. Go ahead and describe this hero's feast, and we'll go around to everybody before we RP that out. But I'd like to hear what you're cooking up.
All right, give me just a moment. I have a list actually.
I'm so excited. Food DM favorite.
Yeah. I hope I get a cook in my campaign at some point.
One day.
I could see that being a whole bard subclass.
That's what.
Isn't that what they're doing with that?
Well, yeah, duh. That was the most retarded thing I've ever said. In fact, I'm going to mute my mic now.
Fair point.
Yeah, currently Evan's the only one who's actually played that. That's the only other subclass I've made.
Actually, really, I am a big back food enthusiast, so I would be the guy.
This is even more dumb of me. I didn't realize that you made it. I thought this was just some guy who.
I made it.
Fuck.
Well, actually, technically, Evan made it. I just helped him finalize it. I don't want to take credit.
Yeah,
Evan's idea.
This is a class I've been working on for about a year, and Tucker helped me kind of polish it out.
Life. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've always wanted to play a cook. So, so he's gonna. So the feast he makes features a classic hummus dish with char grilled vegetable platter, with dip on the side, herb chili marinated feta. It comes with chicken shawarma, with herbs and spices, decadently stacked on top. Lamb koftas, which is basically shish kebab lamb, with side vegetables and herbs you can wrap around it. Spiced chicken pea chopped salad, cabbage carrot mint salad. And then for dessert, he's going to actually make a very nice chocolate cake, um, stacked high with strawberries as well as whipped cream.
Oh shit!
About a 4-course meal there.
That sounds lovely. The chicken shawarma is that Greek food? Shawarma?
No, this is a Mediterranean kind of like
Greek is technically Mediterranean.
well, not Mediterranean. This is more of an Arabian Night kind of meal. This is more like
Middle Eastern type of thing.
Yes, so think Aladdin kind of vibe. So he's actually, this will probably take a while because shawarma, he has to put it on a massive spit and stick all the meat up and then let it slow cook for 12 hours. Yeah, and then he'll have to carve it for everybody and slowly collect the juices.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's probably be the best meal her kids have ever had.
Yeah, he's making this a glorious feast to commemorate their first time in the keep.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, let's go to Yezreel. What are you doing?
Israel's kind of looking around the keep, kind of going into the main rooms area, and kind of looking inside, seeing how the inside of everything looks.
Yelling at the kids.
Oh. Keep on walking. Keep on walking.
Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, good.
All right, I missed all of what you said. Please
Oh.
start over.
So Ezra's kind of just looking around, seeing like the state of things. Mainly will be going into like the main like rooms of the keep, kind of seeing how everything looks on the inside, and just kind of doing a inventory of everything.
Okay. Yeah. Is there any particular part of the tower you'd want to go to? Like I said, there's about 6 levels of the tower that you can explore. If you go up to the second level, you can walk across the tops of all the walls and look at the turrets. Once you get to the third floor, you can access the side 2 buildings on the tower, which go to up to the rooms and whatnot. And as well as there is a basement / cellar that you can access through the main level of the tower.
Mainly be looking at kind of like the third level at the rooms.
Okay, yeah. Once you climb up there, everything seems relatively barren and a bit dusty. It looks like the Order of the Cloth have only just arrived. They may not have made it up to this level yet. One of the things that you find, there's a bunch of storage crates that are in a little bit better wear than what you'd expect. You'd probably assume that they have been delivered here recently, and taking a look inside of these boxes is a set of some royal fabrics and silks that are probably going to be used for drapery and or bedding.
Okay.
Aside from that, you can take a look out of one of the crenellations in the wall. There's a little notched out window because there's no glass. You kind of look out towards the courtyard, now looking down about 50 feet above, and seeing this red rock desert all around you, almost as if looking at plants as small critters are kind of roaming across. You do notice that coming up the windy path is another caravan, caravan train. It seems like more supplies are coming in.
Oh, we have a pretty good view of everything around from our little keep.
Yep. You're not even
Okay.
at the top yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Just out of curiosity, how far out can we see? Is it pretty flat here, or is it like?
Yes. Once you get up to the top of the tower, you'd be able to see almost all around you. You're up on one of the tallest plateaus, and close enough to your proximity, there are some relatively large red rock structures, or not structures, of rock formations. Not exactly like the Utah Arch, but similar odd rock formations.
We're talking Moab, Southern Utah
yeah.
type stuff.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of exactly what I'm trying to describe here. But for the most part, it's a lot of flat land. There's some, greenery, not exactly like cacti, but lots of shrubs, and you see there's some naturally growing amber in some areas. But this land is pretty void of water for the most part. There's a couple of oases that you can see from a pretty far distance, but it's pretty barren out here.
Okay. Let's keep inspecting through. I'm looking at everything as it goes through the inside.
Okay. Yeah, you just kind of give yourself the tour of the facility, and like I said, it's more of the same emptiness. You going through some of the offshoot buildings from the tower that we'll call it the east and west wing. There are several rooms on each of their floors, but the biggest room is in your main tower at the very top floor. It has a huge huge balcony that overlooks the outside of the keep, and it's got like a very like crookedy like wooden platform and hand railing along the side, but it's completely wide open to the air, and you can kind of put your hands up on the handrail as it squeaks beneath you, and you can just see all of this beautiful red rock from miles and miles away. You can turn your head closer to the north, which would be to your right at this point, and you can start to see a semblance of snow on very spiky, rocky mountains.
Okay.
Gladdek
Cool,
would be
cool.
familiar with this mountain range. Let me make sure I have it written down correctly. Hold up. Oh, right. Sorry. I don't know why I spaced it. It's the Iron Fist Mountains that you can see.
Oh, okay. Alright.
But that's about all you get from a cursory glance because nothing's really been set up yet, but tons of places to explore here.
Nice, nice. Alright, let's kind of go back down to the rest of the party then.
Okay, Dahlia. Dahlia, we've just arrived at Ashwing Keep. Supplies are starting to be transported in, and everybody's just kind of wandering around to kind of get a feel for things. What would you like to do?
Honestly, right now, I'm not really sure. I'm kind of having a moment. Can you circle back around to me?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Not a problem.
Thank you.
Okay. Adrona, is there anything in particular you would like to do?
Not that she could think of at this time. She'll probably just go to where everyone else is and just kind of chill with them for right now.
Okay. Yeah. You just kind of like meander with the rest of the group then?
Yeah.
Love some help in the kitchen.
I was just about to say.
I need a dice chopper.
I will gladly do some dicing.
Oh gods.
Yeah, you definitely see a different vibe of Aslan, the happy-go-lucky guy. He looks like a mom on Thanksgiving cooking. He's got an oven mitt on one hand and a spatula on the other, and he sees you walk in the kitchen. Okay, so I need you to grab a knife over there. You see those vegetables? Yeah, I need you to start dicing those vegetables, okay? All right, no complaining. All right, you two over there, I need you to flambe that a little more. He looks like Gordon Ramsay in a way. It's fucking raw! You need to cook this better!
Aslan,
Ew, an idiot sandwich.
which of your hands is invisible to everybody else? Is it the one with the oven mitt or the one with the spatula?
yeah.
God.
The spatula is in the mana hand as he's making getting more and more used to it. He's trying to get it to be the primary cooking hand to get it more under his control.
Sure.
As the mitt one is just the more passive.
Wow.
The Order of the Cloth have a very traditional way of cooking, but have no idea to your foreign concepts, and they're struggling to keep up.
Yeah. He is showing off his Gordon Ramsay level of cooking expertise, and he's going around to each of the stations, and he's just like, Come on, I thought you were better at this. Weren't you classically trained? Now you need to get environmentally realistically trained. This is not how you cook this dish. You have to add more spices. This would be too bland.
They all just kind of struggle, and they respond to your commands to the best of their ability, but it's going to take some coaching.
Oh yeah, he's definitely coaching them, but it's he's definitely under the pressure.
Aslan, go ahead and give me either insight or perception check, your choice.
Okay. As I was doing this, I'm actually in the kitchen cooking right now. So, let's see. Insight. That's a 24.
Damn.
Yeah, interestingly enough, you have never heard the Order of the Cloth speak other than directly to the Queen. There has been no other instances of it.
Wow.
And the thing that you notice is that some of them are starting to pick up some of Tar's hand signs.
Like they're using them?
Trying to.
Interesting. Come on, this is no time to learn about head sides. We need to learn better about cooking. See, you're about to burn that one. Come on.
You see, like, because their faces are mostly covered by cloth, but you see like the animated like sweat drop and like the lines go down. But
I think that. Oh, go ahead.
the amount of like mana in the air that's being protruded while you're like manipulating it to throw your spatulas around and the flip around with the pots is kind of an explosion that no one else can see. The entire kitchen is alight.
Yeah, I imagine he's like wafting his mana in the air to make this hero's feast like the magical part of it.
So the best way I can describe it is, you know, in Ratatouille, when like the food tasting scene at the start of the movie, where having like a meal,
Like the flavor combinations.
Yes, those whips.
Yes.
Like they're flying around everywhere as you're trying to like cook and meld these flavors together.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just taste testing and just like that's clashing. Need a little more of this.
Okay, cool. Gladdek, what you got?
As we were kind of walking into the keep, Gladdek would have stopped for a moment to like scoop up some of the soil and kind of like get a feel for the area, sort of kind of like getting into his roots, literally like feeling the earth near where they're residing. But the main focus once he gets into the keep is kind of checking out the forge and kind of like getting his hands on it to like start envisioning what it'll look like as we start getting it up and running.
A couple of the apprentices stop working and immediately stand at attention.
Oh, laddies, keep doing what you're doing. I'm just taking a gander.
Behind you rolls up a much smaller dwarf than yourself, similarly built, just much smaller. A bit older as well. Probably wait, you're around 100, right?
100.
Or you're 50.
I think
It's somewhere in between there,
I
right?
think it's 165.
Okay, so a dwarf probably a little bit your elder. Not by much though. He comes up to you and like bumps his shoulder against your leg, and he's holding that clipboard. Hey, sorry about that. I'm trying to get this all set up. Not even looking up, then turns his head. We're just trying to get the forge all set up exactly to your liking.
Oh,
Mr.
no,
Earthforge.
no worries. I know a great forge takes time because everything needs to be in its proper place.
We can't form any heart fire in this. There's no heart. There hasn't been anything built yet. You deserve that one first, I believe, Mr. Earthforge.
Are you asleep?
Yes, we can hear you breathing into the
Sorry.
Are you like either focusing really hard or sleeping?
Yeah.
My nose is really clogged and I'm focusing, so.
No, it's fine. It just
Well, laddies, if you're having issues with getting it started, Dahlia might be a great option. She's got an internal fire like none other.
I'm going to be honest with you, Mr. Earthforge. That one scares me.
Well, I think she would be proud of that. But it seems to be in decent shape. Do you know if there's any nearby ore for us to pull from, or are we going to need to import it regularly?
It depends on what you're looking for. We can have typical iron, and we can craft our own steel alloy here. But if you're looking for anything in particular, I mean, you would know best with the Iron Fist. It's been many years since I've been there, and if your friend is a Crimson Tongue, there might be some rare material I've heard. I don't know, but if you're looking for material that would be good for your status of an adventurer, I'm not sure if we'd have much of that. But we definitely will have iron and steel for the recruits here.
That's understood. I figured as much. It's as beautiful as the area is. It's a little barren as far as natural ores.
Well, we could send some of the early recruits to do some excavation. It's good for the hands and good for the brain.
I think that would be imperative for us to see at least what we have nearby. But I don't think we spend too much time on it. If they spend a couple weeks and not able to find anything, we may accept that we'll need to establish some trade routes between us and the neighboring kingdoms and cities to bring
I have
in.
heard that there once around this fortress. A good reason for why it was a garrison. It was defensible, for sure, but there was gold deposits that were mined out almost to extinction. But with gold deposits, I mean, it's in the dirt, it's in the sand. If we found a good enough way, we might be able to forge our own gold.
Well, that would obviously be lucrative if we can locate it and reestablish the mining. But take your time. We're just getting settled in, so there's no reason to rush.
If I might be so bold, Mr. Earthforge, in order for this forge to take its proper place upon this garrison, I believe that you, Mr. Earthforge, and Ms. Phoenix should make the first thing. Set a precedent for the rest of us.
Well, I appreciate the honor. Let us get settled in, but believe me, it's been a time since I've been able to actually sit down and craft. And I have some ideas tinkering around, but one of the ones that I've finished the design needs a material that we yet to have, and the other one I need to work out the kinks on, but I am very interested. Let me get settled in my room, and then we can bless this with the might of Moradin.
This is the first time that this appears to be a foreman of some kind. Looks up from his clipboard, and you see a gleam in his eye, but he does not respond.
And sorry, I was gone for a minute, but what did I just miss? Because you said Miss Phoenix, so I apologize.
No. Gladdek took a stroll over to the forge, and one of the foremen for the apprentices that are over here was saying that they're trying to build up the forge, but in order to inspire all the recruits, that you and Gladdek should forge something together first.
Probably the nameplate. I like that people.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Gladdek?
Other than that, he's gonna go check out the rooms. I know we said the third floor is where most of the rooms are. Are there any on the ground level? And the only reason why I ask is because Gladdek would like to be more near the earth, because that's how he normally resides. But
So there is a cellar that's on the main floor, and like we have like architects and like framers that will be coming in to do some of your guys' renovations. So if you'd like a room on the main floor, that is a thing. But the built-in living areas are on the third floor to take you to the east and west wing.
you know what? Gladdek would probably check out the cellar to see if that's a potential to convert into his room, as long as it's not impeding like stores and stuff for like the kitchen. But
Okay, we are going to come back to you on that.
okay, perfect.
Interesting.
Okay, Dahlia, are you at a good place, or should we just keep going?
Yes.
I was also about to say, not to be racist, but that's the most dwarven thing I've ever heard Gladdek say ever.
There will be no generalization in my campaign, please.
Yeah, keep your racism to yourself. Now wait just a dwarf picking minute.
Dwarf picking minute? Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna keep that in the databanks.
Oh no.
For right now, if anything, like Dahlia would kind of be getting her like her bearings around the place, making sure that Gore's like her needs are being met, and hanging out with everybody else. If there's anything that she can do to help out somebody, break some fire or break down a few walls, she's more than happy to lend a hand.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's many tasks to be done. It's probably going to be a day or two till everybody gets here and before renovations can officially begin. However,
Actually,
oh, go ahead.
okay. No, I thought about it. I'm going to commit to it because it makes me giggle. Okay, so you said there's...
That was a giggle.
Feels good to giggle right now. So you said there's a lot of tasks and stuff to be done right now,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like heavy lifting or anything like that?
Whoops. Continue, please.
There you are. Like, is there any heavy lifting or like building or like manual labor, stuff like that?
Yeah. In fact, I pointed this out to Yezreel a little bit earlier. There is a caravan train that has just pulled up inside of the keep, with various forms of material, and there are some cooking like equipment. Not all of it has shown up, but there are some ovens that are coming in that are made of steel, very heavy, but designed to hold heat for long amounts of time.
Okay, so is there other like workers and stuff around? I would imagine so, right?
Yeah, the apprentices over at the forge that don't currently have a task are being used as laborers to move things around. You have members of the Order of the Cloth that are kind of helping like point where everything should go as far as like the royal standards are concerned. They're more or less just supervising. But yeah, more hands equals better work.
Right. No, exactly. That's what Dahlia's thinking too. And in fact, she's gonna see all of this and she's gonna go into a rage and start helping out, but every minute she's gonna walk up to one of the other workers and punch them in the shoulders. That way she can continue her rage.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
smart.
Okay.
Wow.
So for funnies, I want you to give me an attack roll.
Just
Uh,
a
ju-
basic, like an unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike with your +2 with rage.
Oh, that would be 24.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So you go to pick up one of the stoves, and good God, is it heavy? Like it's going right up near your capacity. Like while raging, that this is about how much you can lift, and so you're having to walk as like the ground is being disturbed underneath you with the sheer amount of weight. And as you are about to come up to the door, you can start to feel yourself calm, and that is not gonna do. You, one of the laborers kind of look up to you like in amazement, and they just kind of stand awestruck, like looking at this oven that you're somehow carrying, like just like out in front of you somehow, and you turn your scaly ass face over, and he kind of like moves his face from the oven to your face. You make eye contact, and before his facial expression can even change, you immediately just sock him one in the face, and you know. Cabbage Man style. His box of cloths just kind of explode all over the ground, and he's lying there unconscious. But you were able to sustain your rage long enough to place the oven where it needs to go.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Love that.
Perfect.
More or less, though, there's not really anything that's going to be super heavy thereafter. So if you want to continue these shenanigans, I'll absolutely allow it. But like, it's
Wow.
not necessary.
Poor
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. After that, she probably realizes like, okay, the heavy stuff is out of the way, and just adjusting as normal. But like every time when this guy becomes unconscious, every time she passes him doing a different task, she'll stop and look at him real quick, and then just continue to do what she's doing.
It's like,
Yeah,
he's still alive.
he's he's about to like get up, and as soon as he sees you stroll past, you're not sure if he actually passes out again or if he's feigning it. But fucker's out for the next 2 hours while you're helping.
She'll make a mental note of I owe him a drink later.
You see, like members of the Order of the Cloth are just kind of wiping the tops of him like clean. So like he's just lying face up in the dirt, like completely spotless from the top side up.
Stupid.
Oh, well, that's it for Dahlia. Thank you for that.
Okay. Now, as everybody's starting to wrap up, like getting their general tasks out of the way, the hero's feast is just having to sit there and simmer for a second, where like the dish is not going to explode. You've taught all the Order of the Cloth to at least maintain the dish, to just sit there and watch it. And you've got the cakes that are kind of slowly baking in your new oven. All of you kind of convene onto the main level of your largest tower. At some point, I'd like this tower to be named. But you all make your way to the main floor of the tower, and you see Gladdek opening up this like cellar door that was kind of hidden underneath some like storage crates. Can we get some, not necessarily spoopy music, but some like mysterious kind of vibes?
Minecraft cave exploring sounds.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, everybody, you come up to Gladdek, and Gladdek, you take a look down, and with your dark vision, you're not really able to pick anything up. It seems relatively empty, more so just filled with like cobwebs and dust, kinds of
How big?
debris. It seems to be the exact circumference, but it goes down another floor. So it's just one level below, at least from what you can tell right now. But as you open the cellar door, there's a ladder that drops down. And you hear the thud as it drops down a little further than what you think, or what you would expect for this kind of room.
Tara's gonna light a torch before she just drops it down the hole, kind of like we do with flares.
Yeah, you drop your torch, and it illuminates, but there's nothing for the light to reflect off of. The room is big enough to where it's not even really bouncing off of any of the walls. But as you drop the torch, several of the cobwebs kind of light up in flame and like go out in an instant as it clatters on the ground.
Tara signs to her kids. You stay here until we know what's down there. Okay.
You just get a sign from Smiler as thank you.
He kind of smiles back at that.
And Heron just takes the reins and kind of like pushes Smiler off to the side, and he points at the unconscious worker, and they're gonna go and poke him or something.
She nods at that and just gives that thumbs up.
Poor man.
Well, you guys are.
What happened to that guy?
Hold on. Gladdek was going to say something.
Well, you're more than welcome to join me, but I figured I'd give this room an inspection. But if it's got the right appeal, I was going to set this up where I was going to reside.
Tar nods and she signs. Wait, let me check it out first, in case there might be some type of creature down there. Is that okay?
Are you saying you're wanting to go down by yourself? Because Gladdek's like started to go down the ladder.
So she's like watching you. She'll just transform into a big spider, and she'll kind of follow down with you.
Oh God! Why did it have to be a spider?
Aslan, initially concerned with the unconscious guy, hearing Gladdek, wait, this is the cellar for the food and wine and things.
Wait, side note, you brought up spider. I completely forgot about ethereal.
Oh, Aslan, I wasn't aware that you were using it for that. There was a bunch of crates just sitting on the top of the door here.
Well, I mean, we just got here, so, we're still renovating but yeah, this is the cellar. We're gonna put our meat and wine and things here, but, if there's enough room or you can mine out a little
There
home,
might be enough room.
I mean, you can probably excavate and make a home down here. I'm just saying. If I see a lot of food missing, I'm gonna come asking.
That's probably more due to Cain's early morning routine.
And Aslan will just join them in going down the ladder.
So
I think that's enough
everyone,
muscle. No,
there-
I'm staying up there, dude. That's enough muscle going down into one cellar.
Okay, so we have Tara and Gladdek. Is there anyone else joining?
Yeah, I'm joining.
Dahlia will join.
Tara's a half cybernetic.
Cain, to be fair, it's a cellar that we've said is deep enough that like the light didn't reflect off the walls, so it's big enough that their light isn't covering the entire area, and deep enough that took a while before it thudded to the ground.
There's plenty of room for all of us.
Oh, I
Let's
thought
go.
it was just a floor below.
No, it's deep.
Well,
well,
you're
fuck.
not sure. All you can tell is that the room seemed to be bigger than the one that you're in.
Which was
Tara's
a
gonna
fucking
totally
kitchen.
do the Mission Impossible drop, where she's like on her spider web.
Oh my God!
Instead of crawling, she's like doing the Spider-Man drop.
Who knows? Vecna might be fucking down here.
Exactly.
In disbelief, I'll wait for Dahlia to start climbing down, and I'll climb down after her.
Is this a ladder that we're climbing down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't climb down. She grabs the sides and just firemans it all the way down.
Oh well, you might land head
lost.
first.
I was gonna say you
crotch
weren't the
it
first
right
one,
into
so you take
Gladdek's head
everybody.
face.
That is
Yeah,
that
you-
is that is exactly
will
what she's doing. She says, "Coming on down."
Oh,
You
Jesus
smash.
Christ.
You
Scooby-Doo-
smash into Aslan.
Scooby-Doo style, you first hit into Aslan, and Aslan, you're kind of caught off by this, and you kind of lose your grip a little bit as you guys fall into Gladdek and fall right next to the thorax of Spider Form Tar.
Yeah, I would just want you to realize that just about 2,000-pound elephant is soaring right towards you, Gladdek.
Oh, he's a level 16 dwarf. He's got it.
Tar
You
just,
you just hear Aslan just drunk.
Tar just watches this thing as as she kind of comes down next to Maxwell's face. She just clicks in Spider, saying, "You okay?"
I don't know. I'm not
He was the
fireman
last
sliding
one.
down.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think you were.
I'd like to imagine that your mandibles are performing the signs.
No, absolutely.
Jesus Christ.
She'll do it to Dahlia then, since Maxwell didn't go down before her.
So, of the bunch of you, who has dark vision?
I sure don't.
I
I'm
was
a
saying,
human.
Gladdek.
not I, says the shrew.
Is it
How-
also assumed
how-
that Yezreel and Adrona came?
However,
Yeah,
can
Yezreel did come.
Okay.
Yezreel will be a little bit ahead of you.
seeing the dark, can Dahlia pull out her axe and ignite it?
You sure can.
Yeah,
Having
she.
the light. Oh, go ahead, please.
I was just gonna explain because like she pulls it out and you see her spin it in her hands as she chants "flame on," and it just erupts in a glorious glow.
Okay, with the torch that Tar has dropped down, as well as the flame ton axe that's been activated, you have about 60 feet of light that you can see, and that seems to be just enough to see one of the walls that you're closest to. It seems like this is more than a cellar. This seems to extend to the square footage of the entire keep. This is an entire underbelly of this garrison.
Oh,
Is it a natural cave system or is it a structure?
You're going to have to do some exploring.
Oh,
I
fuck.
will take some investigation checks for those who do not have dark vision. I will take it at disadvantage, please.
Kane's not perceptive. He's gonna, instead of like trying to help look around, he'll pull out his dragon whip and also activate its flame effect to, you know.
Apparently,
the third
Yezreel
source
isn't
of-
in perspective anymore either.
With the third source of light, I won't have the investigation checks be at disadvantage for those who don't.
investigation,
Tar-
right? Not perception.
Investigation. You can do perception if you'd like. It just might be a little.
Oh, okay. And Tar is a little too busy with her spider eyes looking at Dahlia's flaming tongue as she's just like sitting there clicking. Well, hanging upside down, clicking.
All right. So first off, for investigation checks,
Gladdek at 11.
Were we all investigating?
if you'd like to, you don't have to.
Daddy is bad at this. Oh, but not too bad. 17.
Okay. Anyone else roll?
I gotta.
I did a
What was that,
I-
Aslan?
I did perception for 12.
Okay. For 12. Okay.
And Yezreel
Alright.
perception for 7.
All right. So Yezreel and Aslan, you don't really sense a whole lot. You don't hear anything except from the clatter of armor from Gladdek and like the heavy stomps from Aslan and Cain, and you don't really perceive anything beyond what the light can show you. There's not really a whole lot to see. Now, for Gladdek, your investigation check is because you have dark vision, you're able to see a little bit further into this. If you go about 100 feet or so towards the other end of this large room. You see some like iron bars that you can't really see in them, or like if they're like a room, but they're built into the wall. It's a bit. You're gonna have to get closer to see those. But for the 17 that was rolled, what was that, Dahlia?
She rolled a 17.
Yeah, yeah. Dahlia, you see the same. There seems to be some iron bars that are erected along the sides of the north and south walls of this room. But walking a bit further forward, there seems to be another stair set going down. This one looks to be a spiral staircase that's built out of sandstone and other bits of stone.
Oh. Yeah, Dahlia will point that out to everybody as she it's like she kind of chants everybody like, hey, nods her head this way as she shines the axe over the stairs to kind of illuminate them and see how far she can see.
Cain won't notice it until he's like literally 20 feet away from it. I'm like squinting.
As you kind of said, DM, Gladdek is going to inspect the barred sort of stuff along the wall. His first inclination is that this might actually just be a dungeon, and these are prison cells.
Upon closer inspection, you see along this northern wall, there's about 7 different holding cells. Each of these cells could probably hold about 3 people. Yeah, there's really nothing specific to be found. There's some rotting straw, some like buckets that were in there at some point, devoid of basically anything else. There's a series of intricate locks on each of these iron bars, but as you go towards the southern wall, there is but one single cell. It's much, much, much larger. With a
Oh,
hold on one second.
a monster holding cell, everybody.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wait, how do we get the monster down into?
This
There's
is
a-
Sparta.
There's a stairway
We're
going
not-
deeper.
Yeah, it's probably a cave entrance.
Wait, so just in my mind's theater sort of thing, this spiral staircase that goes down is like in the middle of the room.
No, it's technically in the middle, just on the very far end. You're gonna have to walk a good 200 feet to get up to it. This room is huge.
Right. Okay, so
Because
it's
surface area,
closer
it's
to
the
wall
entire.
than in the middle.
So think of it like this:
Oh, I
the
see.
ladder that you came down was on the very opposite end, and this underbelly area stretches about as if you were to walk from the end of the tower all the way to the opening gates.
Oh, so it's like the whole property.
Yeah,
basically.
surface area is the same size as the whole keep.
When you kept saying keep, I just was thinking tower and not like the courtyard and stuff.
Yeah, this is
Are-
a massive downstairs. There are like some sandstone columns that are holding up the foundation of some of the other structures. But I'll get into explaining this other room on the south after we get into other people. Tar.
Tara's gonna crawling on the ceiling. She's gonna head down the stairs. Her metal leg, some of her metal robotic legs clicking on the stone.
Okay. I'll describe a little bit, but I'm not going to go too far ahead. So
No, that's fine.
you start heading down
the stairs means progressing. That's what that is.
You go further down this stairwell, and it goes down for a while. Now, if you remember the geometry of the land that you're on a very tall plateau, and it seems like a lot of this has been hollowed out. Hold on, please.
And she's making clicking noises, like as she goes into the dark.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Oh, it was just a side comment that she was making clicking noises as she goes into the dark, disappearing.
Yeah, it's ominous for the rest of the party. You hear the slight tapping on the ceiling and the clicks that are echoing in the background. But you crawl down and down and down. Maybe you make about a good 5 or 6 rotations going down. that this is a spiral staircase, and it opens up to this. There's an unlit torch sconce on the wall with a reinforced steel door. There are no grates like on the door itself. It's just locked. Heavy ass door locked at the bottom.
She'll just wait on the ceiling, but she's actually gonna kind of curl up a little bit on the ceiling as she's gonna try and she's in the mood to spook someone, so she's just gonna wait and.
Okay,
Oh my god.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check based off of your spider form.
Absolutely.
Really, yeah. Spiders have good stealth.
I think they have a passive +4. But it depends on the spider. But
What kind of spider would I be?
probably a giant spider. if
I mean,
were to
you
guess.
you specifically said giant spider.
Yeah, that's true.
They do have giant spiders. They have giant wolf spiders.
Okay.
Oh god. Ugh. Ugh, picture was horrifying.
So
That's what you are.
for the rest of the group, Gladdek, do you inform the rest of the group of what you found first? Or do you
Yeah,
go
I was
there by
honestly
yourself?
just waiting for a moment.
Yeah,
Well,
please, go ahead.
Well, it seems like this, disappointingly, is probably just a dungeon of sorts. It seems to just have a handful of cells on this side that can hold a handful of folks. This one over here seems a little bit more interesting because it's sizably larger than the other cells.
Cain immediately. Would you say with the level of light we have down here, it's visible to my naked eye?
When you get closer, yes.
Yeah, I definitely want to check that out. Like, first of all, how would we get anything that big down here? I get it's big, but like,
Well, that's to be seen. Sorry, Aslan. I don't think we'll probably be using this for a storeroom either.
Yeah, I don't think I want it down here, so.
I mean, we still could have it be part of it be a storeroom for sure.
Dahlia pipes in. I can think of a few reasons to use something down here.
That's how
Yeah.
you torture. That's how you torture prisoners.
I mean, sure, but not for food.
Cain just blushes when Dahlia makes the innuendo.
So, as we get closer and closer to this door, it is massive.
Oh my god.
Absolutely massive. It's reinforced with some kind of
Is it like the portcullis sort of like latticed sort of thing?
yeah. So if it was just iron bars for the other ones, this is more like what you like. It's like a door compared to like a drawbridge, right? That like huge
Yeah.
size difference. It's
Yeah.
massive.
Portcullis. That's what that.
I see. Okay, so Gladdek and Tar, you guys can make history checks if you'd like. This is made from a different type of metal that is not common in Ireland.
Oh, sure.
Ooh.
I rolled a 12 for
Wait,
stealth.
does he get advantage for being dwarven or whatever?
He absolutely does.
Good, because I would have
Do I
rolled a
have
nat
black
one
skin?
otherwise.
Well, you're not there, Tar. You went.
Oh, he told me to roll, so I did.
Oh.
It's okay. I'll
Not great. It was a 6.
Oh shit.
I rolled a nat 1
this
and a
is-
3.
Oh my god.
No, what?
This is a material that was used in ancient dwarven customs. Before, when steel was first created, the dwarves let loose the recipe more or less, or like the method of which to create steel alloy, but they kept a bit of it a secret. Over time, this became very unpopular because of how difficult it is to craft versus the value you get out of it. But this is dark steel. It's reinforced with a certain type of triple mixed alloy versus just ferrous and iron. I believe that's how you made steel. Okay. getting ahead of myself. Dark steel is formed with a dark essence mixed with ordinary steel alloy, and it basically increases its magical resistance.
Ah. So this thing, I, I, as I see him looking at that, I go up to Gladdek. Could this thing like hold a dragon or something? This is huge.
Well, it would probably depend on the size of the dragon, laddie, but what's more important is this type of steel is specifically designed to resist magic. So whatever they intended on putting in here probably had magic imbued. So a dragon wouldn't be far off, but if I had to guess, if I was putting a prisoner in that was a inherent magic user, I'd put him in here.
So, those of you with dark vision that are at the door currently, you can roll a investigation or perception. Other people who do not will not be able to tell.
I wouldn't roll anyways.
Can you repeat that, DM?
If you have dark vision,
Okay.
you can roll investigation or perception. Otherwise, you cannot.
Gladdek, it's not rolling great tonight. It was only a 7 for investigation.
Okay. Anyone else?
I think
I
I,
think
Adrona
it's just Gladdek.
rolled.
Oh,
Adrona
Adrona.
rolled an 18 in perception.
Oh.
Okay.
Yezreal also rolled an 18 in perception.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, Gladdek, you are a little taken aback. This is maybe the third time in your lifetime where you've ever actually physically touched dark steel. It's very rare. Kind of lost the time.
Is it more rare than the meteorite stuff?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is more ancient versus like.
Oh, I see.
Versus, rare is probably the wrong word. Ancient is probably better.
I kind of like he said earlier, it's hard to make, so it's not really used anymore. Whereas
Right.
Earthforging steel is a lack of quantity to make it in general.
Right.
But you're not really able to tell anything much further beyond that, being that your dwarven heritage is kind of like taking the reins, trying to inspect further how this was crafted. Adrona and Yezreal, you kind of both look at each other and kind of you hear something.
Oh.
And Yezreal, because you are the only mana weaver that is here that was able to make a check, please give me a mana sight check.
Okay. See, 15.
Okay. You see these blackened, reddish, like spirals of energy in the very far reaches of this, what's behind this door. Something very strange is back there.
Oh.
But Adrona, I will let you, I will let your roll count as more because you're able to fit through the bars if you want to go further.
Oh my God,
Well-
DM! You just did not make that offer to her.
Ironically enough, I was actually going to ask if I could do that. So
Oh.
I'm going to go through the bars.
Okay, you go through the bars, and with that, your perception check is a lot better. The DC is lowered because you're getting closer. As you go in, there's this kind of rumbling sound. You creep in closer, closer. You don't see anything. The room is void of nothing, and it's massive. This room maybe not as long as the room you were just in, but definitely as wide. It's almost as if like a large wall and dark steel barrier was crafted to break this like giant room like into a quarter. So you have this whole rest of the room to go look in. How far do you want to go in? You could probably go about 60 feet before you touch the other side of the wall. But so in length, you could probably go about 70 feet. In width, it's probably a good 300 feet.
Oh.
I will go however far I'm able to.
Okay. Would you like to roll stealth?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and give me stealth.
Oh my god, dude. Adorno's trying to die.
32 in
loves-
stealth.
Very
Wow.
nice. Very nice.
Okay.
What
Describe
in
to
the...
me. Describe to me how you're flying in subtlety.
Well, she's gonna be flying a little quieter, like her wings won't be making as much noise, and just kind of, versus going like her normal speed, she's gonna go a little slower. That way, she makes less sound as she's moving.
Are you keeping close to the ceiling, the floor? Like, what's your positioning like?
I will be keeping close to the ceiling for now.
Okay. You get closer and closer and closer to the other end. And there's this dark silhouette. It seems to be some kind of humanoid creature. You're not sure. The proportions don't seem quite right. The arms are very long and skinny. The hind legs are very short but muscular. There's a very large hunched back with a very like oval-like head, and it's just kind of eating something. It doesn't seem to have noticed you.
How big?
You can't tell. It's kind of huddled in a ball, but if you were to get an approximation, Adrona, if this thing were to be standing up, its arms would likely be carrying itself because its legs are too short. But it'd probably stand at about 9 feet tall.
What the fuck?
Am I able to determine if this thing is like an enemy or not an enemy?
So you can roll insight. The more time that you spend, I'm gonna have you roll another stealth check after.
That's fine.
Okay.
You're gonna have
That's a
to get
20 in insight.
okay. So from your current position, I'd say you're about 20 feet away from this thing.
20 feet away?
Oh gods.
And it's got at least a
It's-
9-foot reach.
It seems the only insight that you have is from prior conversation with Gladdek before you went in, saying that this type of door was meant to seal like stuff with magic. And it's been sitting here in the dark for however long, because you knew that this garrison has been abandoned for quite some time. So whatever it is, you're not sure if it's evil or not, but it is suspicious. What would you like to do?
I think I will leave for now and let everyone know.
Stealth.
Oh, here we go. Let's see, another 30.
Kane, you need to have better faith in me. I have a plus 15 in stealth and rolled a 27.
Get
You
good,
Oh.
Sprout.
are lucky. I'm actually going to roll a perception just to see.
Oh.
Yeah,
This
what if
thing
this
has-
guy has
this is-
blind sense?
Yeah, this thing has also spent a lot of time in the dark, so I'm sure that it can see much better than us.
Yeah.
Cracking open some new dice, everybody.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a set
Oh
of
my,
the
no.
blind bag sets of dice for Christmas, where there's like
Oh, really?
20 different sets or whatever. I got a common set, but they're still like crystal ones, so they're still really
Oh,
nice.
cool.
So, Adrona, tell me kind of what you're feeling. What like as you look this thing up and down, what are you feeling?
She's gonna be feeling a bit nervous because she can't tell if it's bad or not.
Okay. You rolled a 27 stealth. This thing rolled 28.
Oh.
Oh.
Fuck.
my. How far around the corner did she have to go to find this thing?
She just had to go straight through the door. It was right across the way.
Oh, so it wasn't like down the corridor. Okay, okay.
As you start turning around,
Oh.
you get this shuddering feeling that goes up your spine and almost freezes up your wings for a second before you catch yourself. As you turn your head back, trying to stay as quiet as possible, you see this empty, white face. No facial features, just straight
Oh.
white.
Oh.
And it looks at you and cocks its head.
Oh! Run, bitch, run!
It doesn't seem to be aggressive, but it's definitely looking at you now.
Can I try to talk to it now? Now that it's noticed me. I would like to try to talk to it.
Oh
Do it.
gods.
Do it in character, please.
Fucking Slender Man up in this bitch.
What did you want me to do?
Oh, you said you want to talk to it, so talk to it.
Oh shit.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna get closer to him and be like, I was gonna look at him and be like, why are you locked in here?
How much closer?
Close enough. Still out of his range.
Quite some time. What are you doing here?
Oh!
We just got ownership of the keep.
Ownership. 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 Ownership.
Run.
DM, are we close enough that we can hear Adrona fucking talking to this thing?
No, she's like 70 feet away from us, right?
What?
You can. Oh, sorry. You can hear this conversation happening.
Not
The
not make out
conversation
words.
From this being, it's hard to tell what he's actually or it's actually saying, but you can hear Adrona's part of the conversation.
Gladdek is gonna kind of shout out, Adrona, Lassie, who are you talking to?
Can any of us see what this thing is that she's talking to?
No, dude, we can't even see a drone
I got
right
60 feet dark vision. They're out of range for Gladdek.
Is there a
Yeah.
specific language it's talking in?
now. No, we can't hear it talking.
Oh, okay. Okay. Never mind. I'll shut the fuck up. Get back in my lane.
No, you're fine.
For the sake of RP, the only one having a conversation right now is
Okay.
Adrona.
Okay, alright, yeah. Alright, sorry.
You speak of ownership.
Yes.
Why is it that humanity wishes to purchase land, treat it as their own?
So we have places to reside.
This world was made for all of us.
Oh god.
Some
Oh
are given keeps,
my god.
some are given dungeons. Ownership.
Were
Ownership.
were you given a dungeon?
I've been here for far too long.
Do you know why you're in here?
Ownership. Ownership. Ownership.
With that, Adrona's gonna slowly fly backwards to get to the group to let them know.
This figure's arm goes out and reaches and stretches to grab your shoulder.
Oh my god.
Ownership.
Oh my god.
Please talk to me more.
Oh. Oh.
And he'll release his hand.
Is there a way to get my friends in with us, and we could all talk to you.
Don't feed this. Don't feed us into this.
How dare you!
Well, I'm go-
I can leave my confines, but I will approach the door. Tell them to extinguish their light.
Oh fuck!
So Adrona will then fly
Yes.
and
Do what
come
it
out and be like,
says.
okay, there's someone in there. He seems lonely. He will come to the door to talk to the rest of you, but he has requested the lights be extinguished.
fair enough.
This gives Cain a chilling feeling, and he's gonna pull out his new red leather mask.
Tar, for the purposes of this conversation, would you like to be present?
Yeah, like Tar's just been like sitting there
Yeah,
clicking.
you've been
and
waiting for
clicking.
too long. Like,
And she's just like, she just feels kind of stupid now, and she just like sighs and she like scuttles back up.
You
I
could
will let
probably
you
still come
keep
up
your-
behind, yeah.
I'll still let you keep your stealth checks if you want to stay on the ceiling if you want.
Oh yeah, I guess she'll try to go. She'll feel stupid for waiting, so she'll go for the prey on predator type action.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could
So-
probably still scare someone if you wanted to do that, because everybody else is looking in this fucking door.
I think the first
I'm
person.
already on edge.
Yeah, she's gonna look for Cain Maxwell, but like she's gonna like jump and hug. Basically, is the goal.
So, does everyone extinguish their lights?
It's like that part in Spirited Away where the big baby's like, "You're gonna play with me now, or else I'm gonna cry."
So all the lights are extinguished?
I think that's
Ah!
Dahlia.
I extinguished my whip.
Dahlia and Cain.
Dahlia is looking around. She sighs as she looks at her axe and goes,
Okay. Adrona, you're able to leave this room if you would like. It doesn't appear that you are in any danger at the moment, but you can roll insight if you'd like to confirm.
I will roll some insight.
Okay, please.
To 23.
Your rolls tonight. Good job. Okay. There doesn't. Okay. I'm going to say this in the best way I can. There is no intent to kill, but there is a vibe that is being given off by this creature to seem like it has some sociopathic like features. You're not sure how stable this creature is, but it does not intend to kill right now.
For now, since she is able to communicate with him, she will stay in with him for the time being.
Dude. Unbelievable.
This is her new mount.
Oh my god, shut your mouth. This is her new
No,
mount.
that's not a bad idea.
The fairy rides this like weird demon shadow creature with no face.
You know, I like that idea.
Apologize. The darkness. I feel more comfortable.
Is it because of the amount of time spent in it?
Time. Ownership.
Do you have a name there, laddie? I come from the mountains and prefer the dark as well.
I don't remember.
Oh,
The names that residents of the past have given me. They call me the Faceless.
"Oh, that's cool."
Did with Gladdek's dark vision and it moving closer, is Gladdek able to tell any additional features that Adrona wasn't able to?
Okay.
It was yes.
Before all the lights were extinguished, you guys all would be able to see this description. Okay. The faceless is, imagine Slenderman that is more or less completely naked. Okay, maybe some tattered like float that is covering his underbelly, but his legs are incredibly short. He does a lot of his walking by pressing his hands into the ground. Not very muscular at all. Imagine like the wooden mannequins, just with really short legs and a very hunched back.
Long ass 9-foot arms. Jesus.
That's scary.
This is like some Doctor Who shit.
Nice.
They called me the Faceless. I lost count of time. Time. Ownership.
I take it Adrona's already asked, but is there a specific reason why you've been placed in here, my friend?
Ownership.
Someone claimed ownership over you.
It's been a long time.
Do you remember anything outside of these walls?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Thousands of years.
I'll whisper into Motz's ear and tell him to bring up the royal family, the royalty, and see if that gets any reaction out of him.
Was it the Aralassian rulers that put you in here?
Sorry, it takes a second to swap out to regular voice. Okay. He, or it, the faceless, he kind of cocks his head, Cain, as you whisper. And his eyeless visage almost seems to look directly through you.
I just freeze.
And it takes him a while to answer.
There was a war. I was but summoned to this realm. My summoner perished by my hands. Seemed to be inexperienced for my power. Power. With a master that has lost his leash. Its pet was let loose. They knew me then as the Face Stealer. But I am now the Faceless. Time.
Are you seeking to go back to your own realm?
I do not know what I wish. I could always go back. Solitude or torment. Time.
you remember where you come from?
I come from the abyss.
Okay.
The abyss.
He's a fucking aberration.
I sort of clear my throat. Do you know, shit, the name is, fuck, why, the name is escaping me. Do you know anybody by the name of Girder? Or not Girder, what the fuck is his name?
Surtur.
Surtur!
Murder.
Girder is the
Girder.
Jimmy Neutron dog. This is not the first time I've done this.
Your question confuses me. Surtur is merely a title.
What?
How powerful is a searcher?
It's given to powerful flesh golems.
Oh. That's some new information.
Why do you wish to know of this place? Your home is pure. You can purchase any land or people that you wish. Your power is only limited by your imaginations here. But yet you ask about Surturs.
We
I
just,
knew somebody that went by searcher.
It's been a long time since Cthulhu has sent one of his own. You say he was here.
As
Cain
far
just,
as we know, still here.
yeah.
Cowardice. Cowardice.
Has Tara made it up close enough to the group?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you've been here, yeah.
Yeah, you've been here. Sorry, I'm not talking to monster voice. It just taped.
No, you're fine. Is she like sensing the tension and all of that? She's gonna leap on onto Cain Maxwell's back.
I cannot fucking believe you. I'll just like, the moment of contact, I'll just like literally jump maybe 5 feet into the air. Ah! And I'll just like nearly fall on my ass. And immediately like look up just to make sure I didn't like upset the beast.
As soon as you do that, a very similar visceral reaction, like almost as if he sensed your fear, he starts flailing his arms side to side. Adrona, you have to duck and weave between the blows. Then he calms down and turns his head to look at Cain.
Oh! I just stay on the floor.
Tara stays on his back, just clicking happily.
So, you are the new owners of this town, or this place, or this land that you have claimed as your own.
That is true.
Who,
We have been.
who among you leads this group?
That would be me.
Ah. This is my home. that you reside here.
Uh-oh.
Oh fuck.
I appreciate your gratitude. I appreciate, appreciate your generosity.
I have one request.
What would that be?
Food.
What is it that you eat?
Food. Food. Time. Time. Power.
I stand up, and I'm just gonna back away like 5 feet, casually.
I will see what we can provide for you.
If you wish to build down here, there is a room down these stairs. As he reaches his hands through the bars to point,
Oh.
it is a simple vocal incantation. Is simply request that the door be opened. The owner of this keep will be able to open it. Owners of past have used this as a vault.
Thank you for lightning.
Please, if you are to bring light into this room, provide me with some darkness, please.
Of course.
I must rest.
Yes. It was good talking, Mr. Faceless. We won't bother you. Oh no, you'll barely hear us upstairs.
Dahlia puts a hand on Cain's shoulder and says, "Yes, being an ethereal entity from the abyss must be really exhausting."
Heart
Yes.
flips in his other ear.
Hold on. Adrona, you kind of look and it gives you another head tilt. And it reaches his arm up to brush your cheek.
He was named
Right.
Face Stealer.
Oh no.
Friend. Time. And he scurries back to the other end of the room.
The
Okay.
amount of power a little fairy just got.
Good news that only the fairy has to visit him at this point.
Yeah.
So, as we kind of wrap up at this part, we'll explore this vault. And after that, we'll dip into the Heroes Feast and talk about downtime.
Okay.
I've been waiting for the downtime.
Tara's gonna
But-
let everyone know about the locked door at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
As she's hanging on Cain's back still.
Let's take a quick break. Okay. So, we've got everybody present at the table. Any questions before we get started?
Yeah.
Very well. So we shall continue the narrative. Okay. Hold on, Evan. I might have a track for you to specifically play. One moment. This is one of my favorite mysterious songs for D&D.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Evan, I put that in the Discord chat if you would please.
Hey, let's see.
It may change to a bit upper beat tempo as we continue, but you can change it if you'd like at that point. Okay. So, after communing with the faceless, party scoots away from the cage as you Gladdek, you're really the only one who can tell just at a glance now that you know what you're looking for. But the faceless has gone back to its same exact position that it was in. What does the Phoenix Force do now? And Tar, you said that you explained to the group the door that you found confirming what the faceless said?
Yeah, while still on Cain Maxwell's back, she's been telling them about the locked door she found.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh no.
Well, to be quite honest, I want to get the fuck out of this basement. And honestly, this isn't even a basement. This is like a whole. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling done. I kind of got the vibe that there's a vault down there. I don't really need to look at it. It's a nice vault. I'm sure it's big. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but
Well, I'd rather there not be any more surprises. So might as well check out this door. Cain, by all means, you can head back up. But at the very least, it seems that this faceless has been at least honest with us with everything it said. Whether or not there's ulterior motives going behind, which I presume there are, it seems to, at the very least, accept us.
right. Yeah, sure. I'll go check out the vault. I'm not actually that scared. Just making sure everybody else is fine. Yeah.
Israel will
let's go
just
to the
kind of like
stairs.
spider crawl his hand up Cain. I guess he says I'm not that scared.
Okay, you know what? Enough jokes. That's all these are. It's all jokes.
Yeah. Right. Well, let's go check out this vault. Make sure that there's no other entities that we're harboring.
Kate, if it would make you feel better, I can suppress emotions temporarily if you'd like.
Actually, yeah. I'd go ahead and do that.
Gladdek's gonna cast Calm Emotions at 2nd level. So
Yeah, and just
any
like-
fear you're
just-
feeling is suppressed.
Can you describe to me how that looks and what the effect has on Cain?
He's gonna stamp his warhammer into the ground, and it lights up briefly, and the flame off of the warhammer goes into Cain's chest, and anybody else willing in the vicinity, and it kind of like emboldens you, and whatever level of fear you were feeling just disappears.
Yeah, kind of like when a middle-aged mom is a couple glasses into her box of wine and Ambien.
I
Hey,
don't
man,
know
that's a
where that
great
fucking reference
combination.
came from.
That is a great combination.
It's like it's like Jay's mom from Big Mouth. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so now that emotions are calmed, emotions still a little bit tense. Do we head down to the supposed vault?
Yeah,
Yes, sirree.
Tara's going back on the ceiling following.
Let's do it.
All right. Tar, you lead the group down these stairs, and it's tough because those that are walking next to Aslan cannot. There's not enough room. It's just enough shoulder length where Aslan can walk down without encumbrance, but anyone next to him would have to scoot back or go in front.
Israel will be like right behind Tar.
Okay. As you get closer and closer to the bottom. You Mana Weavers, please mana sight check.
Aye, Captain.
Are you guys using that goddamn mana sight?
All 8 of her eyes just glow blue.
Oh, cool.
16.
Yezreel and Aslan.
Oh, I did it myself. 11.
Aslan.
Let's see. That's the same plus as cooking and brewing, so I'm just gonna roll that. That's a 30.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Tara and Yezreel, you.
Expert, man.
It seems like that dark essence or red essence that you were sensing from the faceless seems to slowly be seeping down, almost as if he is guiding you down.
Are kind of her mandibles kind of click as she's like eyeing it, and her body's twitching. And then she then relays this with her magic hand sign language.
However, Aslan, we approach the door. And there's a bright shimmering light coming out from the underside of the door, coming from the inside. No one else can see this.
He doesn't convey this.
Okay.
Well,
So.
Yezreel, I think you have to open it, right?
Yes, so. Ezreal walk
You
to
can
the
come
door.
up with the passcode.
Poopy butt farts.
Tara's gonna hold her action to shoot web when the door opens, just in case.
Okay.
Ezreal puts his hand to the door. Phoenix rise.
Nice.
Like clockwork, the door kind of de-apparates, almost as if the door was never there to begin with. You come to a lit chamber, almost with like bluish white torch sconces that are hung up on the wall. A very small room, maybe 30 feet in diameter, a circle room. And there are 4 torch sconces at each of the cardinal directions. There is ancient runes of some kind that are etched symmetrically in the center. And the only other thing in this room seems to be a piece of something. There's like some kind of material that's in the center of this runic circle. Those who are proficient can roll Arcana checks.
Aye, Captain.
Oh, perfect. I've been waiting for Arcana. I just did it.
Damn it.
Doesn't the Manor Weaver class make me proficient in Arcana?
I think it's one of the options.
Yeah. Screw my rolls. God damn.
I'll just roll it like it's my mana sight.
29. Yeah, Aslan would definitely like to investigate. He's assuming that's where that glow was coming from.
17.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. I just remembered something. Anything I'm proficient with, I can't roll below 10.
Oh my god. Wow. There you go.
No, I just realized this. So,
Reliable talent.
yeah,
Wow.
so I got 19.
All
Wow.
three of you can recognize this is a teleportation circle.
Oh, nice. Oh, fuck yeah.
Where to, though?
You're not sure.
Well, that,
Taking a look at some of the etched runes because your rolls were so high, It definitely seems like it's connected to at least 2 other places, but you're not sure what they are.
Okay.
However, this material that's found in the center is, it seems to be like a chunk of magic. You're not sure if it's like a part of a magic item or something. Someone's gonna have to do some research on this because it's definitely a part of something, but of what? You don't know. It seems to be metallic. Um, like there seems to be some like etchings up at the top, almost as if it were part of a dial of some kind. You're not sure, but it's broken off. You're not sure what it is. I'd say it's like about the size of the tip of my thumb.
Gladdek, with your expertise in materials, do you know what this could be? At least material-wise?
Is that a insider history check, GM?
I'll let you do a history check, but this one will not be an advantage. You could have Tar to help you discern, and I won't give you advantage, but I'll lower the DC.
I assume both
Tara,
of us were looking at it, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a history roll.
It's 11 for Gladdek.
Damn, son.
I don't think I've rolled higher than a 5 tonight so far.
Yeah, it's been rough, buddy.
Without your, like, you can obviously tell this is like a type of very finely crafted steel, or maybe even silver. It's hard to tell because it's such a small fragment, and you don't want to damage it further by poking and prodding at it. But whatever it is, with your experience dealing with magical materials, both of you, you're able to discern that this is definitely a part of a magical item. But that's the confusing part. Typically, when a magical item is broken, it just kind of is destroyed. And the only real way that is common, at least with your history roll that you know of, is to destroy magic items by lava. Right? But
yeah.
this is an oddity. It's a fractured piece of some kind of magic item.
Well,
Interesting.
Yezreel, as far as metal goes, it's nothing special. What's special about it is that it was magically imbued, which is weird because they don't normally fracture in such a way that you would have a piece. With it being in the center of the teleportation circle, I think that could be part of it. Magic fracturing magic, but this is definitely out of my depth.
I
Meta-wise, you're gonna have to have Raven take a look at it.
I don't know what that is, but I can use teleportation circles. Though it's dangerous without knowing where it leads.
Yeah.
Car signs and clicks. Maybe you should be the one to study this then, to figure it out.
Maybe me and Raven can work together to look at it.
Yeah. Definitely don't want to be using this yet. Especially with the implications of that entity in the room.
Well, let's
I
leave
don't
this
trust.
alone then. I think we're at a consensus. Me and Raven will look at it at a later date, but for now, we'll let lying things lie.
Art, clicks, and Mandibles, as she goes, we should also forbid anyone to enter down here. It needs to be under a lock and key.
Well, they gotta know the password at least.
Yeah, I think
All of
only
them.
we should be allowed down here.
Agreed.
And I
Yeah.
mean that in the dungeon with that creature.
She agrees.
Yeah.
The whole thing should be under absolute lockdown with guards.
Till we know everything we can. Let mystery be a secret.
Okay. So you guys exit the room.
Yeah, Tar, heads up.
Yeah.
As
Oh, go ahead,
oh.
please.
As the treasurer of the group now, Once we know that this treasury room, we'll call it, is safe, meaning nobody can teleport in here from that circle and take our gold, I would like to divide up our gold in here, both party fund and keep fund.
Or not. She signs. We could also maybe convert some of the cells into each of our own personal vaults using this vault as an inspiration for the build. Me and Gladdek could definitely see if we could replicate.
Sure, we could always add, but again, we'll have to make sure it's secure first. And Aslan will head up.
DM, was there another door in this, or is it just a single room?
No, it was just a single room.
Okay, perfect.
So in total, there are 6 cells on the north side of the room and 1 large arcane cell on the south side. Very large room, and the Faceless said if you are to make any rooms down here to still provide him darkness.
Okay, 6 cells, 1 big cell for Monster Boy, stairs to the treasury. Got it.
Okay.
I think. Okay.
So I'm going to give you guys this once, because just meta-wise. I am going to keep track if you shut the door.
To the dungeon?
No, to your vault.
The key to the vault.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh,
We want to
okay.
close it.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be a dick one day and be like, oh hey, your stuff's done.
Yeah.
Make sure when you enter that you make sure you close it.
Meta-wise, as we're doing this, is it each of us can open it, or is it specifically Yezreel?
That's what I was wondering.
As far as you know, it's specific to Yezreel.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Gladdek is
Basically,
going to
that's
attempt
this-
when we leave
Okay.
to see if he can open it using the same password.
Tara's gonna say to the group, I will be able to morph the stone to keep this area locked. You could come get me to unleash it, just to unlock it for you, just so that we are safe.
Well, depending on this test, it might be okay.
No, I meant like the whole dungeon, like the
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
we could close up that door some, yeah.
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 Gladdek, you speak the incantation Phoenix Rise, and nothing happens.
Okay. All right.
Well, I
let's
guess
go.
that answers that question.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we only need Yezreel to get in here.
I want to
That's
try
good, though.
something first. Not sure what kind of magic's going on here. Let's see. I give the people within my party permission to open this door.
Phoenix rises.
The door opens.
Hey!
Okay.
Phoenix falls. Does the door close? That'd be kind of cool, though.
No, like someone walks halfway through, but the door closes, so like they fall
Yeah.
into the door.
Not again.
All right.
Well, that settles it.
Indeed.
Now let's get the fuck out of here. And
Yeah,
I'm the
hey,
first
let's
one
go.
up the stairs.
And Dre, you're using what, like Shape Earth or Mold Earth?
She's using mold earth. No, she's just going to use control stone to use the stone of the tower to completely. The door doesn't even exist. It just looks like
To
a
the
wall.
vault or to the cellar door?
To the cellar door, and she's
Okay.
going to make sure that the vault door's closed before she follows the rest of the group.
That's a good idea, though, because only the group would know its exact location to then open it back up.
So do
First
you want
part.
to do it in a way that would break the door, or do you want to just form a layer of stone in front of it?
In front of it, like she's completely making an actual wall that's connected to it, right?
Hidden door.
Hidden,
That's
yeah.
reasonable. Sure.
Thank you.
All right. So the sun starts to set. You get the warm orange glow of the warm desert heat beating upon you. as you all make your way over to the makeshift dining area that the Order of the Cloth has tried to set up. And for all the, the lack of material and supplies that they have, they've made it like a very fine, almost Asian-style dining situation. There's cushions to sit on rather than chairs, and a like nicely decorated slab of wood uh, that has been adorned with the hero's feast. Now, there are some critiques, Aslan, that the the meat could have been braised a little bit longer. Um, it could have been seared at a higher temperature, and the taste is a little overdone. But overall, it's a good showing for the amount of training for today.
Yeah, he's definitely like, gonna have to work more.
Yeah, and just like in the past, I'm not gonna Goku style just start like forking down stuff into my gourd.
Okay, guys. First off, Evan,
Here we go.
describe to us the taste and sensation that they feel eating the hero's feast, and then describe the ability that you wish to bestow upon the party.
Oh
Or-
man, so the hero's feast definitely there. I'd say the shawarma has some kick to it. Nothing like super spicy, but it definitely has like a salsa level kind of kick to it. There also the lamb shish kebabs though are definitely on the spicier side for those that are willing. And they have a very big kick to it. Like your lips would be numb and your tongue, like you would not be able to feel your tongue anymore. Kind of kick. The sauce that comes with it is definitely a sour complement to the lamb, as well as the lettuce wraps, adding a nice tang to the sour. Um, the other salad that was provided is more of a sweet taste, kind of like a teriyaki sweet, but a little sweeter for the dressing. The dessert is definitely a strawberry and chocolate cake. It is very rich chocolate.
Wow.
I would say like Ghirardelli kind of rich chocolate.
Sure. Okay. Like hurt your teeth, kind of rich.
Yeah. Like if you're not like big into chocolate, it would definitely be rich for your taste.
Perfect.
Okay.
So, what are the benefits that they get for Heroes Feast? I can't remember if it's something that you choose or if it's just a set thing.
I mean, Heroes Feast gives us like saves. We're immune to being frightened, and we have advantage on wisdom saving throws. We get more hit
Yeah.
points, or 10 hit
You
points,
get
I think.
resistance to poison damage. You're immune to frighten and poison condition. Your hit point maximum increases by 2d10. And you also gain the same number of hit points.
But that only lasts
And
for 24 hours, I think.
and it lasts for a day, so until tomorrow night, basically.
You don't need to roll for that if you don't wish to, because for everyone, because we're fast forwarding time, it won't really apply. But hey, it's there.
Sure.
If you need it. Okay. Your rooms have been set up in such a way where it's still very empty. There's crates that have yet to be unpacked, but from the provisions within your own packs, you're able to make yourself at least a comfortable place. Hey, you're sleeping on the floor, but on the floor in your new keep, baby.
Tar will
Oh,
make
yeah.
we'll use stone shape to make like beds for everybody.
Cool. So it's kind of like a dwarven like stone slab to just lay on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of picturing like Dragon Age like style, like where it's just like a stone slab and
It's off the ground, like
Yeah.
like 3 feet. Yeah.
Good for your back.
And there's like
Aslan,
space underneath for like your personal stuff for like everybody though, for all the staff and all.
so there's a courtyard, right? If I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, and the courtyard, how big was it? Did we say?
It's approximately the size of what the cellar was.
Okay, what size was that?
Oh, sorry, it like about 300 by 300.
Okay, so it's massive. Okay. The Aslan will be sleeping outside in the center of the courtyard as he is going to begin plant growth for his world tree.
Okay. This is something that I will allow you to continue you through the night and stuff. Not, uh, I'm not going to penalize you for like sleep deprivation because you'll get sleep when you need it. As far as the time lapse is concerned, you
Sure.
will absolutely be able to get this done with that amount of effort. I will say though, as nighttime comes and the breeze starts rolling in through the windows in the towers, those who are in the east or west towers, east or west winds rather, the breeze is quite chilly. Um, very much like a Utah desert. It gets very hot during the day and very cold during the night. Not enough to where you'd catch like frostbite or anything while you're outside, but definitely jacket weather. And during the day, it's around fall at this point. It's probably getting upwards of around 90 during the height of afternoon. But night passes, and as everyone gets their first rest within their own home, time will begin to fast forward.
Ah, I've been waiting. Yes.
So everybody buckle in. I'm sorry if I end up spending more time with some people than others.
Okay.
But hopefully we can get through this and have some time for other things. But this may be the last thing we do tonight.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just try to be concise, I suppose. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Not to say
Okay.
you can't monologue, but whatever.
All right. So I'm just gonna kind of pull up and see who's sent me who. If you have not sent a description, please send it to me now.
Got about
Sure.
that.
Interesting.
Dude, I've been so excited for this. Oh my god.
Give me just 1 second to just read over some things, and we'll choose who to go first.
Cole, I can never tell you how Cain has become one of my favorite characters ever. He'd be the toughest motherfucker, but be so fucking like, man, I'm good. I'm white person good, all right.
Yeah, dude. I think Cain was the only one who was openly, afraid of the faceless down in the basement.
Oh no, Tara got pretty scared too after hearing you and then listening to that thing. She was like, "We're gonna just fill up this complete fucking area."
Yeah, I feel like Adrona and Gladdek are like, oh,
Well-
who cares?
I made friends with him. Thank you very much.
Has this
Gladdek,
touch in their faces.
Yeah, sure.
Gladdek's was all based off the fact is he knew what the cell was made out of, and the fact that
Right,
it said
so
it was there for thousands of years, so he's fairly confident in its ability to keep it in.
Except for its 9-foot arm, which could go out of the bars, which I didn't think was going to be able to happen.
Just caressing our faces every time we just come in. Let me feel you. No.
That's
So
huge.
for some of you, you're gonna have to lead the narrative once I pull you to your parts. But we're gonna
I'm
start
working on
out. Okay, you're just fine.
I just
but,
sent you mine.
like for instance, with once we get to Tar and Aslan, I'll just let you guys kind of lead the narrative and go from there. And I'll just kind of guide you along the way.
Sure.
But we're gonna start out with Cain Maxwell.
Oh, okay.
So, you wake up and your back's a little stiff. You definitely feel like straighter and like more alert, but sleeping on such rugged stone, or it's smooth stone, but like stone nonetheless, your bones are definitely feeling it a little bit.
Yeah, I'll just do some like manly yoga for a little bit, which are mostly just like some of these, and maybe some toe touches. And I want to strike up a conversation with Gladdek, maybe on the first couple of days.
Floor is yours.
Maybe I'll catch you out in the courtyard or something. But yeah, I'll just kind of come up to you. Gladdek, can we sort of talk for a second?
What is it, Lottie?
I've been thinking a lot, especially since we've touched down in Erlas. And I don't know, this whole hero thing. I'm realizing it's much bigger than just stopping the bad guys. I don't mean to get too high horse about it, but I think it's time that I become not just a hero that stops crime, but like an arbiter of truth. Because that's the only thing that will save these people.
Well, as much as it pains me that it's taken you this long, Cain, this is what I've been trying to impress upon you the entire time. A hero to one person is a villain to another. Your job is to know what's morally right and stick to it even if it's hard.
Yes, and I feel like a fool for not being able to realize it, but until it was slapped right in front of my face, I don't think there would have been a way for me to understand. So, my goal now is I've realized that the finish line I crossed is nowhere near the ending of my journey, and it's time that I get stronger. And I want you as my witness, and I go for like a strong, like sort of like manly hand forearm shake, you know?
Gladdek beats it. Well, laddie, I'll tell you one thing. I'm glad that we're this close to home.
Yes. Yes. And you see a little bit of like a nervous eye roll go across the head. I definitely am excited to be close to home, but not ready to go there quite yet. Anyways, that's it. I don't know. I needed to get that off my chest and let somebody know my mission. And I'll just sort of flex and strike a pose.
Well, I'll be one to say that I support you wholeheartedly, Cain.
And I'll go into a rage.
You hear a small truck behind you. It slowly gets louder and louder. I am ready to leave. Cain.
What?
Penelope got the ability to speak.
I didn't realize this was supposed to... No, I didn't realize this was Penelope. I just turned around. Oh, sorry, laddie. Lass, I didn't mean to... I didn't mean to trigger you. We're not leaving. Sorry. It's like when your dog thinks you're going to take him outside.
I understand.
After which, I would like to go find Aslan.
He's more or less pretty easy to find. He's been spending most of his time out in the courtyard or in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Some kind of like large tree, and it's about the size of like a standard oak tree at this point.
Can I say it's a spruce tree given the climate?
Given the climate, there are like, Yezreel, do you remember the name of the tree that I said that yours is based around?
Yeah, it's the sage trees.
So like, it would have like almost a deadish look to the bark. I'd like we can model it after a spruce tree for sure, but I'd like there to be elements of like a sage.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. But other than that, you describe away.
Yeah, Aslan would spend his morning probably about an hour or two just training the cooks, but then would spend the rest of the day just plant growthing this tree.
Awesome. So I will go over to you, and I'll at first just sort of watch your sort of. Is this being done because of your mana control, or is this outside of that?
This is purely magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just sort of stand back and watch for a few moments, just to sort of admire your capability. Aslan.
Yes.
So, I'm preparing to do quite a lot of training, and I'm saying quite a lot. I'm going to need I don't know how to say this in like not a meta way. I need a 10,000 calorie diet every day. And it needs to be something that's easy to eat, that's not too bland, but nothing crazy because I'm going to need to eat a lot of it. Do you
Well,
think
are
you
you
could help me?
trying to bulk or bulk and put on
Yes.
muscle? Okay.
Yes.
Aslan, at this point, you could probably pick one or two of the order of cloth that you've added as like a pseudo sous chef. That
Mhm.
you could put in responsibility to that task if you don't wish.
Yeah, I'd say
perfect.
since he has a larger kitchen, he has two sous chefs that have been showing the most promise out of the training. Okay, so I need you to one of you will handle a large amount of protein, red meat, preferably. The other carbs, lots of carb loading. Uh,
Yes. Bread, please.
we need bread and rice to go with a lot of steak.
Chef,
Thank
They
you,
will
Ashwing.
handle your needs.
Oh,
these two are the only ones that have actually spoken a word back to you, and it's merely to just call you chef.
cool.
That's all he needs.
All right, DM. I'll be brief. There's a couple of training montages I have in my head. What?
I have one cherry on top, like to finish out your training montages, and then we'll call it there. But we'll say that you leave the next morning full of provisions, and you were set for a long journey.
Can we get
Okay.
montage music?
Oh, sure.
I'm sorry, montage.
Uh, montage music. So, this is my plan. I'm going to be working out within the courtyard and maybe on other plateaus that are around us, you know? And my whole plan at first is to get like 60 or 80-pound rocks and get like a big old pile of them and then like carry each rock individually up to the plateau and then go back down, carry up another, and like basically do that. And once I did all the boulders, small boulders at the top, just do it again, but carry one at a time down the bottom, you know? Penelope is also going to be pushing up large boulders with me. We're going to be like doing it in unison, you know? Like she's using her ram horns to like fucking push up boulders. I'm also thinking about doing like this like sort of cutscene thing where I'm at the top of this plateau and it's like a sunset and you can only see my silhouette, you know? And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't have weights, so I'm just using large boulders and rocks like I did when I was growing up, and I'm going to do a lot of cardio as well, and like a lot of core exercises. The last big sort of thing I'm wanting to do, I want to find like a couple ton boulder, a boulder way bigger than I've ever pushed up a hill, and I'm going to spend however long it takes to roll that up to a top of the plateau that I've been working on.
It's so hard. You feel your muscles tearing, and you're going into a rage just to repair them or to ignore the pain long enough to keep going to where you can hold it. And you get to a point where your arms just give in. Strength saving throw.
I'll just see here, strength saving throw. It's at advantage because I'm raging.
Because I'm raging.
That's going to be a 28.
Okay. DC was 25. Your foot slips and Penelope like rams her
Oh,
horns
fuck
into
yeah,
it.
dude.
One of her horns snaps off and is just able to hold it long enough for you to just Hulk out and just keep going.
Go! And I'll just keep going.
And you keep going, and Penelope tries to hang in there. And just keeps ramming her head against it next to you as her skull is just starting to bleed. And just keeps going.
Ugh. Yeah, dude, I'll just like, my fingernails will maybe start to tear off because of my grip. And I'll just keep pushing, dude. We're not stopping, man.
Okay. Tell me what your strength score is.
It is a 20 right now. Oh,
You
okay,
are,
go ahead.
you are at the peak of what is possible for humanity. And yet, this task is insurmountable. You try your hardest again, as this portion of the cliff is now almost vertical, and you have to lift it over a shelf to continue on to the next set of the climb.
I will just I'm just going to yell out to the universe, and I just say, "Witness me!" And I just push the last lip up onto the rock, or whatever,
Thematic sense, I would normally have you do a save here, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
No, I'll roll for
As
it.
you, no, I'm just gonna do this because we're gonna
Oh,
go
okay.
through this again.
Okay.
As you lift it up, you were able to hold it up just enough, but your limits have been reached, and you simply cannot hold, and it rolls back down to the floor. And echoes of defeat and failure, that you let this boulder fall. Lives died because you dropped this boulder. Again and again and again and again. 10 tries later, 2 weeks of non-stop vigorous pushing, until you finally reach the peak. You hold the boulder there, you punch the tip of the mountain off just to balance the boulder up top. Cain Maxwell. There is a feat that has been added, named Limit Breaker.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Add that to your character, please.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
sure.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
it called?
Limit breaker.
That's badass.
Cool. All right.
I'll let you give that a read, and I don't know if mechanically that will work. You may have to manually make the change, but
just for a little bit of flair, the day we finally did it up to the top, I'm going to command Penelope to go in for a head bash, and I'm going to take out my my whip that was made for me, and we're just going to fucking blow that boulder up to smithereens. And that's it for me, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Boulder shatters. You have reached maximum human potential, and exceeded it.
Fuck yeah.
You're like at that
Yeah.
tipping point of
Go ahead and give
fucking
Yeah.
that feat a read,
divinity.
and then
Yep.
Okay.
It's happening.
divinity strength.
Wow. I'm very excited.
I would like to spend more time on this, but we have to get through
No,
everybody.
no,
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, no. That's it. Go.
Okay. Next up, we're gonna go to Tar and Aslan. We're gonna start with Aslan because I know both of yours end up merging towards the end, so we'll combine them later. Aslan.
Cool.
For the entire downtime, Aslan is going to basically work on mastering his control over mana and focus on this plant growth, kind of combining the two. He kind of wants to weave mana into the plant growth and into this tree.
In the way that you do this, first off, describe to me how you're casting and what that looks like.
So he will hold out his I can't remember which arm he's missing. I think it's his left arm that's missing.
Yeah.
He holds out his right arm to cast plant growth. As the green wisps of like druidic magic circles around his hand, shooting out in a stream at this tree as it continues to grow. His ultimate plan for this tree is for the trunk to be around a diameter of like 100 feet. He wants this huge, like he wants the canopy to completely shade over the fort area. Basically, is the or at least as close to that can be achieved with the size of tree.
It's tough because using both abilities, magic and mana respectively, to use them at the same time is so difficult. But you end up merging your skills in the kitchen to that of what you can do with your mana. You merge the mana in the air and in the rocks and in the dirt, and you're able to manipulate your fingers as you're shooting this beam out of your right hand to continue to grow the tree. Your fingers dig down into the earth as your fingers are manipulating where the vines are tracing down. Being that where you have planted this tree is directly above the vault. And you slowly start digging and urging the vines and tendrils to go at an isolated point to meet in the center of this teleportation circle. Once you do, this amplifies your magic, and over the course of about a week, you're able to achieve this great tree. And it's up to you how you want this to look. But you can access this teleportation circle through this tree. I'll let you decide how that looks and how it works.
Sure.
Cool.
So
cool.
what he's going to do is influence his own magic circle around the base of this tree. What kind of like so? What I'm imagining is the trunk of this tree comes down to its 100 foot circle basically, and outside another maybe 50 feet where the roots kind of then disappear into the ground. Druidic runes, kind of like Viking or Skyrim looking runes, in a deep and bright green, encircle this entire tree and slowly turn around it. And this druidic grove that Aslan eventually plans to complete inside of that circle, it makes the border in which this tree now becomes a world tree, where he will cast teleportation circle and plane shift whenever the party needs to get
Dude,
around.
cool.
So this now becomes the hub of the party's travel of their adventures, as
Cool.
this rune completes about 50 feet out from the base of this tree, uh, where Aslan has like grown like a grassy patch for other plants to be housed and animals to live. He will complete that circle, or complete this ritual by making by starting to make his room slash home in the trunk of the tree.
Cool.
You're able to do this. As the magic is constantly coursing this tree, it's almost as if it's constantly circling through its life and death and continuing onward. Almost as a literal and physical uh, notation of mana itself. It runs through everything. If you were to do a time lapse looking at the bristles on this giant spruce tree, it at one point will turn green and will slowly turn red and then to gray as they fall and then grow again, over and over and over and over again.
He's saying the tree changes colors?
The like you said, it's a spruce, right? So like the
Yeah.
needles on the tree.
Yeah. Oh, it's just it's so they change color. That's cool.
Yeah, well, they go through their entire life cycle in moments.
Oh.
It just continues to grow, destroy, and then grow anew.
It's like we're watching a time lapse real time.
Yeah, that's really fucking cool. I like that.
Cool.
It's badass.
And with all these needles dropping, they absorb into the ground and just continue to flourish and supply nutrients to the ground around it. You've more or less turned desert into oasis.
Awesome. The next part of his downtime, he's going to go to Tar and ask if she's ready to travel with him. Tar.
So we're gonna get to that. Tar, what would you like to do?
Okay, so Tar, the first thing she's gonna do on the next day is she's gonna start talking to her children about who she is, her story, her what she is, and what she the life that she's giving them, but also her expectations. And while she's doing that,
If you wouldn't mind, can we RP that out?
absolutely.
Just don't get too carried away.
Sure. So you just open the door and I'll respond to you.
Okay, as they're walking towards where she's set up her border of her area, she begins to sign to them. I am Tar, previously known as Tar. Oh my god, I forgot my old name.
Lauren.
Tar Lauren. I was part of the Armorclad, a people of warriors in honor.
You don't seem to get any response. The only thing you get in response is kind of a sideways look from Heron, and you're not sure if it's a look of disappointment or interest. It's kind of somewhere in the middle.
I was lost as child. No family, no nothing. I had to survive on my own, and my actions were noticed by the Armor Clan passing by, and they took me and helped mold me into the woman I am today. I have changed. I am now Tar of Clan Phoenix, so she kind of, with her hands as you get closer to her work site, she goes, and I'm going to give you a life of a code that will help you mold your fate, but take control of it.
Heron speaks up, almost defiantly so. So, you were alone,
It's
and the family that took you in, you have abandoned for another family. How do I know you won't do that to us?
she stops for a second and looks down. She goes, she's gonna kind of kneel down, kind of sit, squat down and sit, while hugging her knees, looking at him as she signs. I have been given a second life. I died with that family. My clan brother, he left and I tried to bring him back. It resulted in him killing me.
Smiley just kind of covers her mouth. That must have been so hard for him.
I don't want it to be. I just wanted to make sure he was okay, more than just wanting to bring him back. I just want to see if he's okay still. I haven't seen him since he does not know.
Smiley perks up. Well, when he comes back, I'll fight him for you.
Brave one. Strong. I see. Destiny. Fate. You will wield it. And she'll kind of rub her cheek. This family found me, saved me, and has made me figure out more of who I am now. You are family. You are Clan Phoenix. And there is a standard to be upheld, but you are loved, and you will be cared for and protected.
So, Heron speaks up. Okay then. I think we'll get our gear and we'll be ready to go with you on your next adventure then.
Good. But for now, we are going to learn about each other while I create our home. I'm going to map it of our fates intertwining. And she's gonna basically, when she gets to the front of her border, she's gonna start drawing with an arrow. She's gonna start drawing, just letting the mana kind of instinctually drive her. She's gonna create a arcane type circle, but she's intertwining it with her druidic runes and magic, making it both a mixture of arcane and druidic power.
1 second. Sorry, one
Okay,
second.
you're fine.
All right, I'm sorry. Please repeat what you last said.
That's like fine. So as she's talking to them more about her and she's learning about them, she's letting the mana instinctively guide her hand as she begins to draw in the ground in front of her border a arcanic circle big enough for her to sit in the middle. And she's also tying in her druidic energies into it as well, doing so into intertwining druidic runes into the arcanic circle. So it's like the mix. It's like a magic circle that both a mage and a druid basically created, and she's using it with the intent from the three of them.
As you're doing so, Heron kind of pulls on the dress of one of the Order of the Cloth and whispers something in her ear, and she comes rushing back with charcoal pencil.
What'd you say?
Oh, sorry, I was too far away. While you're doing that, Heron pulls on the dress of one of the Order of Cloth and whispers in her ear, and she brings him a charcoal pencil and a notepad as you continue your work. It seems like he is mimicking the sigil that you're putting on the ground.
Oh my god. As the night comes, she's gonna begin her process. She has told them to just come talk to her and learn about each other as she does this ritual that she's commencing herself to for the next 2 weeks. She basically sits down in the middle as she gets into a meditative position with her hands like this, and she kind of begins to float as the arcane symbol glows both blue and green, sparkling. As a small ball, it's kind of like it's a D20 shape with a whole bunch of druidic runes put into it.
The dodecahedron?
Yes, but the dodecahedron itself is arcanic, while the runes are druidic.
Sure.
And then her hand's gonna have floating like Doctor Strange circles around her arms. As she starts doing this, as the hexadecision starts to shift and change, as she's basically going to be using shaped stone and plant growth to make her ceremonic blacksmithing building. She's beginning that process. And on the inside, it's going to be like the whole inside will be very arcanic looking, like designs in the trees and the stone. But it almost kind of like it will tell a story of the three of them meeting and intertwining as one.
The only things that Heron comes to speak to you about being the most closed-lipped out of the two, he's insanely curious, and a simple answer does not suffice for him. He wants to know the intricacies of everything.
Don't tell him.
The ore and the stone and like the magical properties, the mineral properties, and like all of these questions that you have never even thought to ask. He is notating everything, and the only request that he has is books.
She smiles as her eyes are glowing, and she's doing this, and she agrees.
And with Smila being pretty young still, is more like what you can ascertain from like the verbal diarrhea that she spits at you is like she needs like places to run. She needs like things that won't break. She needs things that she can like run across and jump across and like not necessarily like a playground, but like you know, like she needs a place to do those things. But that's the only request that she has.
She's like, "It'll be made," as she begins. And it's just like she's just floating there like Doctor Strange kind of stuff. Her hands molding the as roots and stone begin to twist and turn. Like for her blacksmithing thing, she'll make like a tree. It's like a tree in the middle, but it's hollowed out and it's made it's made with resistance to fire. As her whole the whole casing that her what's the mithril forge can like literally fit into. The whole casing and vent is made out of stone and a tree
Cool.
coming out the top.
Watch Tar's interpretation of a playground just be like an obstacle course for them to
It really will be,
exercise on.
yeah.
Well, that's more or less what Smila is asking.
Oh, I thought she's like looking for a seesaw and swing.
On the back side, like her backyard of this work thing will be a garden / obstacle course with trees and dirt's like so three-fourths of it is the forge. It's the whole building, but then the 1/4 of it will be that obstacle course and garden.
Okay, awesome. Um, is there anything else you'd like to do before Aslan approaches you?
No, because of how much time this will take to build. I mean, she's really going on a fasting like warrior ritual while doing this. She's not sleeping or eating. It's like a whole spiritual journey.
Okay. I will say this goes for Aslan as well. But these are things that are probably going to take more time after the break as well. So it's
Yep.
going to be something you guys are going to have to work on over time. But for the most part, you have the foundations and formworks done for what you want to accomplish. Aslan, you approached Har's new house as you come in and Aaron is like doing some pretty intricate sketches. It's ridiculous. Like it's kind of uncanny, like how realistic he's able to portray, almost photographic. And you see that Smila is just kind of running amok, breaking things that she was made an area, but is still just kind of running amok throughout the house. And then Tara is just in this deep meditative state.
Wow, that is great artistic work. Great job.
Aaron seems to glow, but doesn't give you a response. You can tell from the mana he's exuding, like he's feeling some kind of happiness.
It's hard to hear you. I'm sorry.
You sensing the mana around Heron specifically. When you give him that compliment, it's you sense like a happiness from him, but he doesn't respond or look at you.
He'll Aslan will continue to Tar. Are you ready to go?
Her eyes open as they're glowing blue as her body slowly sits back down and the orb in the middle disappears. She nods happily, standing up, looking a little tired, but
Would you like the children to come with us, or?
she nods.
Then follow me, everyone, to the world tree.
Smila like leads the way, but Heron is almost kind of in his own world and just sits there, just continuing his sketches.
Tar will go over to him and gently rub his shoulder and go, "I would like you to come if you'd be okay with that."
Fine.
It will help with mana, and there might be something there for you.
It seems like he at least trusts your word on what you like your conversation before. But you're not sure if maybe it's because of the loss of his parents and the trauma surrounding that, but it's taken Heron a long time to like actually trust you.
Well, and you just adopted him, you know?
And,
Yeah.
But he begrudgingly puts his books down and follows you, and you
No, she
see
grabs
that his fingertips are not like bleeding, but the sores from holding the charcoal for so long are
She actually
visible in his
grabs
hand.
the book and gives it back to him as they walk.
No. If you've never teleported before, it's a very jarring experience. You may even feel nauseous and throw up. Just a warning.
Both kids kind of look at you and nod.
So as they gather, I'm imagining he has like a nice meadow, like natural stones every few feet, kind of pathway that lead up to the tree trunk. He'll kind of just meet right inside of the magic circle surrounding the tree, and he will put his hands together, kind of Buddha style, as he pulls them apart. A similar druidic rune circle appears in his hand. This one instead purple, being made from his mana. As he then puts it shoots the circle onto the ground beneath them. He will hold out his hand to both Tar and the children. Now hold my hand.
Tar takes their hands and then takes yours.
They do so.
And he begins to focus in a small meditative state on the presence of his mother and tribe, kind of like locking onto their energy before they're in 1 second they just kind of a flash of energy before reappearing in the druidic grove of their nomadic tribe. Well,
Can I have like some like, if you can find it, like relatively tribal like background music? Perfect. Okay. So, let me just pull up my world notes real quick, just to make sure I'm telling this right.
Didn't realize you had plans on going home. That's interesting.
for only a short period. The more long term will happen later.
Hold on, sorry.
Might be nice to see what it all looks like.
The way I described it, I don't think he's ever really told the party, but in a meta sense, they're a nomadic elephant herd. They have other races that join them, but mainly they're like a herd of elephants. They travel around to world trees. They're like giant nature forests. They travel between the forests and kind of just travel around the continent.
Wow.
They're a druidic tribe.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah. They go around healing the land, basically. And Aslan's mother is the matriarch. He's never mentioned it, but her name's Tilly.
Oh,
Interesting. Wow.
Okay, for some reason I'm having a hard time. We definitely
Yes.
talked about this.
I thought we did. If not, I'll have to send you over the notes.
Can you please? For some reason I don't have it saved.
Sure. it over.
Did you send it yet?
That's pretty much all it was. They're like a very Hindu vibe. I get
Okay,
kind of like
I'm gonna take
Buddhists.
some, I'm gonna take some creative liberties. Okay.
Sure, please do.
So, whether you were aware of this or not, there is actually a teleportation circle that was embedded within this town. It's relatively niche, passed down tradition once joined from place to place. Almost in the way that elephants natively like take care of their young and like always migrate to the same areas. They
Sure.
will keep teleportation circles up towards their previous grazing like grounds, so they just continue to make home again if it's ever needed.
Yeah.
So you walk through this marvelous like ashen oak. It seems like this tree has been up for a very very long time, and there's not many that are walking around, at least inside of the town. Whether they're out hunting or gathering herbs, it's hard to say. But you are greeted by a couple familiar faces. One of which is not necessarily like maybe a childhood acquaintance that just ended up ranking up within this like hierarchy. But then Tilly shows up. I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Oh, Mom, it's great to see you. It's been some time.
I'm sad that you are missing your farm. Do you wish it to be regrown?
No, I have become accustomed with mana. I have an arm there. It might just be hard to see it.
Maybe my old age has ruined my hearing. Say that again.
Well, mana, it's a ancient version of magic. I've become very accustomed in wielding it. I haven't mastered, but I plan to.
It is the force that druids magic was entirely based on. How is it that you control it?
Get a little closer to your mic.
Yeah, you're kind of fading.
Mana is the. It is what druid power was based around. How is it that you come to wield this when you refuse our abilities from our own family?
Well, I might have chose different paths, but we all grow from similar roots of the same tree, don't we? I came across an ancient evil by the name of Vecna, and he caused some sort of mana surge, and I was taking full blast of it, so I guess in one way or another got filled with it and my eyes opened to mana. And now I find myself not on the path of a druid, but more the path of just pure mana itself.
What have you
Well, I didn't do anything, but the actions of certain people have led to the release of this ancient being. I believe he is in this plane somewhere. We know he's a very ancient and evil god or something. Our plan is to stop him.
Aslan, I'm glad I got to see your face again. But we must leave now. We cannot.
What?
This is not a safe home any longer. If this is what you say is true, we must leave.
Oh
Leave-
shit, dude.
Leave where, mother? Another one of the world trees?
Somewhere without you.
Damn.
Oh,
This plane of existence is in grave danger.
I know it is. I can feel it in the earth around me. It's calling for help.
We are just a nomadic people, Aslan. We are not heroes. We do what we can for this planet. We do what we can for its people and its balance. But the balance has been very gravely shifted. We must go to another plane.
Oh.
Where would you go? The Feywild?
Probably. We just can't stay here any longer. If what you
Well,
say is true.
well, he's not. We're not sure if he's resurrected yet, but if that's what you believe is best for the tribe, I won't stop you. You're not heroes, you may say, but I believe myself among those that can have the power to stop him. And I will. But that's not what I came here to discuss, Mother.
I don't mean to hush you, Aslan. But what you have told me is a dire threat. Please, what else do you need?
Oh.
My friend that I brought along with me, her name is Tar. I was hoping with the tribe's help we could restore her body to
Oh
full
shit.
form.
Oh shit.
She was gravely injured and I've repaired some of her limbs and organs, but I need extra help.
I can help you, Aslan. No one else in the tribe is quite capable of such task yet other than myself.
I also had one other request.
She gives you a pained look and listens.
I know we've had our differences, and you may have not wanted me to go the path I did and leave the tribe, but if there was one among the tribe willing, I would deeply be grateful for another druid to join our our keep. We have a castle with grounds that need tending, and a world tree I have made. I would like to make a small grove there, but I'd like somebody to help me tend to it.
Is that responsible to create such a world tree on a plane of existence that's about to end? How dare you?
I'm not so quickly to give up on such a world, Mother. Instead of flee, I will stand and fight to my last breath. And he'll give like a stomp of his elephant foot forward.
I will not force any of my people to go with you. You may ask your own. But I will help your friend.
Tar
But
about
first, Aslan. Give me your head, please.
My hand?
Your head.
Oh. He will, begrudgingly.
She puts her hand up very late, sluggish. She seems to be very old in age. kind of shakes a bit. Maybe you are capable, Aslan. My, you have grown. I wish I had more faith in you when you left. You left with a traveling bard who spoke of cooking. We already do that.
It's like, Mom, not now.
Regardless, it seems like you have done much with your time away. But I must do what's right for our people. I will help your friend, and I will allow one of my own to go with you. But please, Aslan, you left me. You're so much like your father. I don't want to lose you too because of the same temperament.
Maybe it's because father was brave that he lost his life, but it was to save mine. And I bear that burden some days in helping others. It's what makes me want to help the friends around me to repay the debt and the life that he once gave for mine. But this world also gave me a place to live, a place to learn, and is a place for many other creatures, and I cannot abandon it. It is my home. Thank you for your help, Mother.
I understand, and I wish I could support you.
You do the best for the tribe.
I hope you will forgive me, Aslan. Now, Tar, you said,
She waves and bows her head.
children, go pick some fruit off the nearby trees. She takes one hand and picks up the earth underneath you, using Tensor's floating disc to move you around. Almost as if it's like a surgical bed that's just moving you along, just floating earth. And she takes you into her tent. It's like a very large teepee, right?
Yeah.
Formed from like Bronchiosaurus bones as the structure, and then hides of other dinosaurs that have
Cool.
That's cool.
wrapped around.
Cool.
Tar. Aslan, do not take this as a slight. Aslan is no druid. What you experience will be different, and it will be painful. You may need a couple of days to recover.
Tar nods.
You please remove your clothing.
She does, with her half Githyanki, half symbiotic body. Cyber. One thing she'll notice though is like what a lot that's inside of her robotic parts are actual like fungus and spores floating in it.
Okay.
She tries not to gawk.
She signs. I apologize. I am a circle of spores druid.
That makes me feel better. This might not be as painful of a process then.
And she's gonna focus on her.
She casts regenerate.
Wow.
And does so repeatedly.
Tar will focus on her symbiotic entity that's inside of her to help flow the magic through.
Because of like narrative reasons, and you're a druid as well, go ahead and give me a con save at advantage.
Aye, Capadon.
Would Aslan be able to join in casting Regenerate to quicken the process?
You can, and it will lower the DC.
Okay, he will repeatedly.
Con save is 12.
That's a fail. Another time.
Oh boy.
7.
That's a
Oh my
fail.
God,
Another
Tar.
time.
15.
That barely passes. That meets DC with a lowered DC. So, as all this magic is surging through your body, it's rapid, so strong, it just ripples through your body and it's agonizing. The one part of your body that will not change is your fingers.
My fingers? Okay, shit. Alright.
She like recoils back. There's still some part of you that's attached. You need to find what it is in yourself if you truly wish to become anew. I need to. Aslan,
Can-
take what you need and speak with the people you need to. I need some time to rest.
So her whole body is Githyanki, but her fingers?
Can we say that because it's such a hit on her soul that the scar from the wound from her brother's killing shot is there?
That is up to you.
Yes,
That's
please.
a cool little. Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah, like it's still part of your soul. That's cool. Oh, I will, Mother. I'll try not to bother you much more, but I will try to visit sometime. I'm still part of the family.
You always will be, Aslan.
And he'll take his leave.
Okay. I will say that you can recruit one. You're met with not disdain but distrust. That you would the common mentality is that you would forsake your people's beliefs in order to chase a bard, and that's the opinion that your people have of you. But you are able to convince one to at least come see the world tree before they make their decision.
Sure, yeah, he'll find one druid willing to do so. Would they be a Loxodon or?
Oh yeah, 100%.
And he'll be ready to teleport back. Once Tar is ready.
I'll let you figure out a name and like gender and like what you want this person to be, but it will be druid, and I'll handle like the class and stat stuff. But just
Okay.
like name and like other details is up to you.
Okay.
But yeah, you're able to find a druid. The children are able to gather a basket of some like very rare fruits that Aslan you haven't had in a very long time. There's a pow pow fruit. It's kind of in the shape of a star, and there's a lore behind it that whenever two lovers share the pow poo fruit, they their souls are forever intertwined, or at least that's the lore behind it.
Oh, what a serendipitous moment you found that fruit. It means y'all will be ever connected.
Just for sake of time, because we still have more people to get through. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
They kind of had the longest one here. Is there anything else you two would like to do before you like back to home base?
No, that's it. When I get back, Aslan's just gonna meditate and keep to the tree.
Okay. All right. So let's go with the drone.
Alright,
Okay.
so what did
Uh,
Brona?
to-
Go ahead.
sorry to answer your question that you sent in DM. You were from the Feywild.
Okay.
You spent like a majority of your childhood and like some of your adulthood there. But you would come to the prime material plane. But I'd say you know a pretty fair amount.
Okay. Mhm. So I think I'm gonna change up what I want to do during my downtime. I think what I want to do is go and try to find a library to see if I can find maybe any more information about a faceless guy that we have in Our basement.
Nice. Okay.
Just
So-
go back to Aralas or something.
Yep, you're gonna have to make a trek back to Aralas. I'd say you'd be able to make it there and back in enough time. You probably have a day or two at the Royal. You'd probably have a day or two at the Royal Library to really explore before you had to come back. Just because it is pretty far away. But if you'd like to do that, absolutely, we can take the trek back to Aralas.
Yep, we'll go ahead and do that then.
Okay. Honestly, it's a pretty. I mean, because you can fly, you avoid any danger. There's a couple of hawks that swerve over by, thinking that you're prey, but you're not. You're able to spook them off while you're flying out.
God.
I feel like that's a very real threat for a fairy flying solo.
Yeah.
So you eventually make your way to Aralas, and you make your way to the capital. This building is like made from pure marble, just almost like a cathedral. It's magnificent. But you're met with warm gazes as some few like children from the crowd recognize you specifically, flying in the air and like scream and like try to chase you down the thoroughfare, and you kind of look down with a pleasing like smile as you fly over to the main gates of the palace. The guards raise up their halberds and nod. Welcome, Phoenix Force.
So yeah, she'll go in and find books to go look through. We'll see what she can find out.
Yeah, you make your way over to the Royal Library. It's freaking massive. But you're looking for specific information on the Faceless.
Yes.
You do know from the brief conversation you had with him that he was once known as the Face Stealer. So you kind of look through the archives trying to find some information on these. Roll me investigation, please.
Of course. That's an 18.
So it's tough because you don't know 100% what the Faceless is. You know that he comes from the Abyss, which is typically where demons are like created and where they reside. But you've never been there. But you've heard hints of the Abyss from talking about Nizram and Lotus and Surtur now. So you try to go to like some like discrete areas of this library, of which there are only a few books. One is a Demonomicon, which is more or less a to what this plane knows as almost like an encyclopedia for demons. And you scroll through the appendix trying to find like some semblance of the Faceless or the Face Stealer or anything about that. You come up empty. Whatever this creature is, you're not able to find documentation of it in the Royal Library. However, there is notes about Surtur. Maybe not about the one that you specifically have seen, but the information that the Faceless gave you is correct. Surtur is a rank of flesh golem. It's relatively high rank. And from what this encyclopedia or Demonomicon is telling you about, is that a Surtur is granted to promising warlocks. And if they're able to overcome that Surtur, then they are granted with a greater demon as a familiar. The only other thing that has any remote like thing to Faceless is you find like a little subsection in almost all of the demon's text is that demons cannot survive on the prime material plane without being tethered to another soul. And the implications of that get you curious, but that's all you're able to find.
Interesting.
Okay, well, when she's done and finds all that information, Adrona's gonna go ahead and leave the library and make just like a quick stop with the kids again before heading back.
Yeah, yeah. Like, do you have like any cantrip or 0 level spells that can be used as like party tricks?
Yeah, little yeah.
I could shape water.
Hell
Oh,
yeah, you
there
can.
you
Tell me
go.
what you do with that.
Okay, so I will go ahead and shape water. Let me see what it.
Make it look like a little horse or something. I don't know.
I could change the color of it too,
Aye, there you go.
but it does say it has to be a simple shape. So,
It's narrative. Do what you want.
okay. So she'll go ahead and shape water. She'll have it change colors well to look kind of like her, and have the water kind of fly around with her.
Yeah, so you're
Oh,
playing with like a
nice.
water apparition of yourself.
Yes.
That's
Cool.
awesome. Like, the kids initiate a game of hide and seek with you, and like whoever finds the water apparition is the winner, and like you try to like change up your positions, and like you drop the spell and then like reform your apparition somewhere else. Ow. But yeah, you have a good fun up until around evening time, where like parents are starting to call their kids back in, and you take that as a time to go.
At that point, I will head back.
Okay. All right. Clarissa. Okay. Let me see.
I feel like you're reading my fortune.
I sure am.
He might as well be.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So you, I assume that Gore and yourself are sharing quarters.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
From the help of the Order of Cloth, the healing magic that has been provided, Gore is almost completely restored. Still walking with a little bit of a limp, having a weak right side, but for the most part is healed. Just a little bit of physical therapy and some exercise, and she'll be up and running.
Awesome. She's gonna go check in on Gore and just kind of have a quick chit chat with her, see how she's doing.
Endless.
Oh, you mean?
I'm sorry.
Dahlia?
Sorry. Not endless. I'm sorry. Sorry, I lost character.
Gore gets a nosebleed.
The fourth wall has been broken. Okay. You just come up to Gore, and she is kind of looking out, because your room has a window that overlooks the kind of western side of the plains, so you don't really see the rest of the fortress. I mean, you don't see the rest of the keep or the garrison, and you get a little bit of a peek of the Iron Fist Mountains, and it's just a beautiful sight. Dahlia, I didn't ever dream that this would be a thing. It's so
Hey.
peaceful.
It is. It's a little intoxicating, isn't it?
It's hard not to be tough on yourself when you've been injured so poorly. When you're in such a sorry state for so long that you can't even take care of yourself. But I feel that this is the time that I needed. I'm seeing the fruit of the labor that you all have put in. And I'm sat here thinking that I didn't contribute much. And I want to change that.
Talia like looks out of the window out onto the landscape. She's kind of got like her hands behind her back, clasped together. Gore, let me tell you something. The Crimson Tongue family lived by a very strict code, and even Lotus, I'm sure, lived by this to his dying day. There are no failures. Never. As long as you're learning. Only learning opportunities. Ways to improve, grow, be better, be stronger.
I agree to a certain degree, Dahlia. But I view a broken promise as a failure. I know I haven't been sharing much about it. I've been stuck in my thoughts.
What are these thoughts?
I'm not upset that Lotus bested me in combat. I'm upset I couldn't stop him. I was there when you weren't able to, and I still was not able to succeed. How can you stand to be in a relationship with me, Dahlia? When I am a constant reminder of the thing that I was unable to do.
She kind of chuckles and puts a hand on Gore's shoulder, kind of like giving like that enough of that turn to that they can at least see each other's faces. Says, you think you're the only one to lose to Lotus? He's kicked my ass several times. Regardless of what form, what state he is in, he's still extremely strong. I don't.
The one time I needed to succeed, Dahlia. That's where I'm trying to get at. If at the very least, why didn't he just kill me, Dahlia?
I think
now
there's.
I'm left here to regret what I was unable to do, and now I have to go on a goose chase only to lose again.
I have zero intentions on any of us losing. That's just not going to happen. And I don't hold anything bad against you. I don't hold anything against you at all. I'm not. You say these things as if like, why would I be in a relationship with somebody who failed? I don't see failures. You can ask the question over and over. I'm going to give you the same answer. I don't see failures. I see opportunities.
But then I have one request, Dahlia. Your
Yes.
tribe has accepted me to at least be a part, to contribute to their society. But I'm not a Crimson Tongue, Dahlia. I want to bring Lotus back, but I want to bring him back as an equal.
I do too. And I have sent word to my father of everything that is going on. But I think maybe a visit in person would be much more needed, and perhaps you may accompany me.
And maybe this is a little bit greedy. But after we've talked the threats, which, by the way, your father is the most intimidating person I've ever met.
kind of like blushes a little bit, like thank you.
Oh my god.
I think to cement our bond, we need to get a Rexor Drakon. One of the Emberbacks of your tribe.
She smiles. Like you can see that like dreamy look in her eyes as she thinks
Yeah.
back to home.
Yeah, Door doesn't speak Draconic very often, but only in key specific terms. The Rexor Drakon, meaning Emberback. This is basically a large salamander that's used as mounts from the Crimson Tongues.
Ah. Interesting.
They're cool as shit. Dahlia's you can see the visible like happiness on her face as she agrees. Have you ever ridden an Emberback?
I've only seen. I don't believe I've ever been granted the honor of being allowed to ride one.
He reaches down and grabs Gore's hand. I would love to teach you. You'll be a natural.
I'm not certain we'll have time to travel there, but I do want to let you know that my intentions are to get the approval of Rex to become a true Crimson Tongue and to seal our bond with a Rexar Drakon.
And she kind of like looks around. She goes, "Wait, couldn't somebody in our group teleport? I think the long-nosed one. Maybe he could help."
Wow, I don't even know my fucking name. Okay.
You get less snacks.
You see kind of a drop in like Dora's demeanor as she like becomes very nervous, which comes off as a little cute from an orc.
Oh.
But so we'll fast forward because we're getting really late here. Aslan, you teleport
Sure.
us before you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
also happening?
Yes.
Oh,
She does.
Christ.
She does say thank you, Aslan. She knows your name, Aslan.
I would
I'll
hope.
raise 5 to you as you go into a different portal.
Okay. So we're going to, for the sake of the session, we're going to pause Gore and Dahlia right here, and we will pick this up on the next session. But let's get
Okay.
I'm
to
okay
the
with
other.
that.
Okay, we cool with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
We will get back to that on the next session. Let's try to get everybody else because we have Dawn and Gladdek and Yezreel still. Okay. All right, Gladdek.
So I think the only ones that are doable in the current amount of downtime is working on the design for Tar's arrow. Because the other ones I'm pretty sure require more than just Gladdek.
Okay. Remind me, is this a design that we've done work on in the past?
No, this would be brand new.
Okay.
Essentially, it is an arrow, and it would basically be Earthforgian steel arrow. So full fucking metal, probably weighs about 10 pounds, with a
Oh,
chain
damn.
attached to it. The intent is that the arrow would go out, do an area of effect force damage, basically exploding outward, and then she could reel it back in to fire it again.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So
That's fucking rad.
because now you have an actual forge that you can stay at all day long. The DC on this is going to be smaller, or at least less. Okay.
That is so cool.
But if you wanted before Tar left, you could have her help you with the design to give you advantage.
I'm going to be honest, Gladdek is going to do the initial design work without talking to her, because the intent is he
Okay.
wants a
It's his
95% solution before he's involving anybody else, and that kind of how he's done all the other ones.
Okay. How much Earthforgian steel do you have left?
I have enough to do 2 items. Aslan's shield and Tar's, but Aslan's shield I need to go to the Dragonborn area to research on that material, which is why I assumed that was going to be a longer thing
Yes.
than now.
Yeah, you definitely need some more resources there. Okay, so because you only have enough to make 1 arrow, okay, you're going to have to incorporate some other material, whether it's like, you're going to have to reinforce the shaft so it can be used more than once. Right? So whatever we can pick up to give you some more material for that, or even just to infuse the bark with iron or with magic, that would be another way we can do it. I just don't want to give you a one-time use consumable.
Well, the intent is it to be all metal, so it's not a shaft at all. It is a fully metal arrow that's all Earthforgian steel. The chain link doesn't necessarily need to be Earthforgian steel, but the arrow itself would be.
I will say that this has to be used with Tar's great bow. Ordinary
Yeah,
bow.
that is 100% the intent. It's supposed to be used with the one that uses their strength modifier because it's heavy.
Oh, dude, that's a fucking heavy ass arrow that explodes, and you can pull that shit back.
Dude, my strength's at 21 too. Like.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Go ahead and give me a Smithy's check.
That's so fucking bad.
This will be for creating the design, and then depending on how well you roll in the design, will determine if we can start working on the arrow.
That's a 15.
Okay.
Nice.
At
least some decent rolls there.
Yeah,
that's because
DC
I have a
was
plus
lowered
9.
The DC was lowered a bit because you're able to continually work on it. It doesn't quite meet, but you can spend another night perfecting the design. Go ahead and roll again.
The rolls have not been our friends lately.
14.
At all.
And again, head scratcher after head scratcher. And it's a little annoying that like the apprentices keep trying to figure out what the hell you're doing, and you're having to constantly shoo them off. But it isn't until like one of the apprentices kind of look at it a little funny. Why don't you spin the shaft in like a helix formation, so it can at least help with aerodynamics?
Aye, laddie, that might solve the issue.
And aesthetically, it would look like a chain link anyway.
You're not wrong.
Can I help?
By all means.
Okay, I'm gonna let you roll one more time at advantage.
All right, come on, Gladdek.
14, and then the plus 9. Yeah.
That's my highest roll of the night, a 10.
Total?
No, it's a 19 total.
Oh, okay.
19
10 is the
barely
highest roll.
passes. With the -2 modifier I added, that was an 18, so you barely pass.
Yes.
Okay. You have got your design to a point where it is solid. You know that this is a prototype at the very least. More time with it, you could potentially perfect it and make it more efficient with Earthforgian steel if you were to ever get some more. But with what you have now, you should be able to use at least one of the portions to create it.
Wow.
Now, you won't be able to get any help unless if Tar's helping you on this one with crafting it. It's a bit too advanced for the
I would say towards the end of the timeline, he would meet with Tar for that. Between then, though, he would spend some time kind of exploring the keep, looking to see if there's any sort of articles left behind, like a journal or anything detailing who was here before. Kind of attacking it from a different direction than Adrona did to see if there's any details on anything about the dungeon and the creature down there.
Would you like to speak with the Faceless?
I would say at some point he probably would go down to speak with the Faceless to kind of help refine the search and everything.
Even if you were to roll a nat 20 on investigation, there is nothing for you to find that is within the keep itself. So eventually you make your way down into the cellar.
Oh my god.
Car will sleep as a big giant spider protecting the open door to the cellar as she's awaiting him to come back.
Okay. Tar, you use mold earth to open up the way and just sleep while he investigates further.
Yeah, she protecting like servers.
There's a certain atmosphere to this dungeon that almost gives the feeling of death and decay without any of the such. It's that weird feeling when you walk into a graveyard of the potential of something happening, but you know that it's very unlikely to happen. That same type of eeriness and feeling that something is behind you at all times. But go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
That's a
We
15.
just know that's. Oh hey, hey.
I'll have a
What is that
+1
again?
of that, so that was actually a 14. So we're incrementally improving.
Okay, because of how dark the room is, you take the time to look at every square inch of the walls, seeing if there's any pieces of parchment that were left behind, any ruined books, or any sign of life before. You end up coming to the six chambers on the south side. And the only thing that you find in those cells, there's one bone that has kind of been fractured into several different pieces. But nothing really to be found.
You come down here alone this time.
Well, I'm one of the few that can see in the dark.
I miss sight. Sight. What do you look like?
Asks the X-Space Stealer.
Well, I consider myself a standard sort of dwarf. Stocky build. Little leathery, more appearance to the skin due to how often I spend in the forge. But I'd say spry for my age.
I suppose dwarves have not changed much then.
Ah. Much like yourself, we're of hardier stock. Slow to change, just like the earth.
You come down here and seek for something. Something of which you know nothing about. Something of which you wish to know more. What do you seek, dwarf?
Well, really, the enigma of yourself. There's got to be a reason why the owners of this keep have you here. No.
Owner.
My guess is that you provided them something, and in return, they continued to feed you.
I'm so hungry.
Jesus Christ. Talking to this thing, dude.
So, is it your knowledge that they sought? and in return they gave you souls.
Why do you assume souls?
Well, the way that you turn your head towards us when we're here, it's almost like you look through us. You don't have a normal mouth to consume with, so I assume flesh serves no purpose to you. Which leaves, really, the only ethereal aspect of us, the soul.
I suppose that's fair.
Is it?
You were close. But so wrong. In fact, it was the opposite. I require knowledge. And in return, they would keep their treasures here, but I would keep their secrets. They called me the Faceless. They knew from all the lives I have taken, the souls that I have consumed, the memories that I have feasted upon.
Oh, he eats the... I see.
They would feed me prisoners. Why interrogate when I could eat the answers out?
Oh,
Oh my god. This is...
I require food. I require food. I require knowledge.
Well, now that we seem to understand each other, I think it's easier for us to appease your needs.
In all fairness, I do prefer to feast on memories. But I have never once enjoyed the preparations that humanity is able to create.
Oh my god.
I need food.
Is he
I
talking
need
about...
food. But you come down here with specific questions. What is it that you seek, dwarf?
To be honest, that was more or less all I was seeking, was to understand what it is that you served this keep. It's more or less me trying to figure out whether or not you're a being that we can form an accord with. I don't know if we can ever fully trust one another.
Trust is a meager thing. Trust. You could trust one kingdom. They could betray you. So another kingdom provides you trust. Surely they will be different. But what do? They're hungry for power and knowledge just like I am. They will use you. The people you trust, the family you have, lasts for only one lifetime. I am here eternally. What do I need to prove to you of trust?
Well, I meant more whether or not if we were to ever let you out of this cage, if you would murder all of us on the spot.
I do not wish to leave.
Well,
Oh.
that answers that question. So, my faceless friend, while I don't understand you fully, I do appreciate how forthcoming you are with the knowledge that you currently have. And I am intrigued to learn what else you know, seeing as you've been here for thousands of years. The lives that you, or the memories that you consumed, must be very telling of what actually happened on this plane of existence over time. And the way you talk about politics, while I'm fairly familiar, it is intriguing to see that you understand the human nature better than most because you've lived it.
Dwarf, what is your name and what is that of the fairy that joined me earlier?
I am known as Gladdek Earthforge, and the young lassie that was with you was a Drona.
Gladdek Earthforge. Adrona. Friend. Knowledge.
Now, I don't know how soon we can bring new prisoners in here because we have just settled in, but I will discuss with Yezreel on how best we can supplement your needs for knowledge.
Friend. Knowledge. Food. Power. And he scurries back to the other end of the room. In the same exact position.
So creepy. I love it.
Following this conversation, at some point he's going to meet up with Yezreel to fill him in on all of the details of what he's learned. Specifically, that this creature feeds on memories, which wasn't quite what Gladdek was thinking, but fits 100% with the vibe he was getting. Also, that since he has consumed memories, that this creature now knows all kinds of information over history. Now, whether or not we know the whole history of this keep to kind of get a timeline of where we could pull information from, we don't necessarily have at the moment, but we can get it. And that in the past, that prisoners were put down there so that they could be feasted on by this creature and then used to pull interrogation out of after the fact.
Barb will
Okay.
reseal the wall when he comes out.
All right. This has gone on much longer than I thought it would. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Yezreel, is it okay if we start with you and finish up Tar and Aslan's thing?
Dahlia.
No,
Yeah.
Dahlia and
Dahlia.
Gore. Dahlia, Gore, and Yezreel. Is it okay if we finish your guys' later?
Not a problem.
Can we do that at
That's
the
just
top
fine.
of that session?